Here at Home Team Sports TV, we're here to highlight our local businesses and our student athletes and put them on a path to success. Through our social media platforms and our live event production, we look to shine a light on our local community and our talent from our student athletes.
Home Team Sports TV is more than a brand, it's a movement. We're combining creativity, innovations, and smart solutions for companies of all sizes. With unmatched dedication and community focus, we're proving that the right exposure can lead to a successful future.
And remember,
we are Home Team.
Hey, I'm Jeremiah.
And I'm Braden, and we are Brothers Bin Blasting, your bin blasting all-stars.
A unique sanitizing service begins right after your local trash collection. With a scheduled pickup time and location, we arrive promptly to clean your bins on the spot.
Our advanced 360-degree cleaning heads and pressurized water heated to over 200 degrees ensures a powerful blast blasting away 99% of all germs and bacteria. Visit our website at brosbinblasting.com and use code GETBLASTED to receive 50% off your first cleaning.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality. Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
Hey guys, I'm Kyle with True Performance Fitness. I'm one of the owners here. True Performance Fitness as a whole, we brought this gym to the area and we wanted to bring every walk of fitness in one building. So that's exactly what we did. We have strongman, powerlifting, bodybuilding, CrossFit. We have posing rooms, a full turf, a full track outside. We even have a basketball court. We wanted everything to be under one roof. So that's just kind of the thing that we did. We also went out and we made sure that we got top of the line equipment. We also make sure that all the pads and everything are getting replaced and all the machines are being taken care of properly. That's just something we strive to do for this community. We also like to give back to the community with donations, fundraisers, and other stuff for like kids and the families around. So that's just kind of who we are as a gym, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys.
This is Jimmy, General Manager at Ameritech Tire and Auto, here to serve you with all your auto repair and service needs. We are a family-owned business serving our community since 2003. We work on all makes and models from vintage cars and trucks to collectors to today's latest, newest vehicles. So stop in and see us at one of our 2 locations. See you soon.
Here at Home Team Sports TV, we're here to highlight our local businesses and our student athletes and put them on a path to success. Through our social media platforms and our live event production, we look to shine a light on our local community and our talent from our student athletes.
Home Team Sports TV is more than a brand, it's a movement. We're combining creativity, innovations, and smart solutions for companies of all sizes. With unmatched dedication and community focus, we're proving that the right exposure can lead to a successful future.
And remember,
we are Home Team.
Looking to enhance the beauty of your outdoor space? Look no further than RNL Landscapes. We understand that your outdoor space is more than just a yard. It's a place where memories are made with loved ones and where you find peace and tranquility. Our team of professionals will work closely with you to bring your vision to life. From expert design and installation to meticulous maintenance, we are committed to delivering breathtaking results that will make your neighbors green with envy. With our state-of-the-art equipment, we guarantee exceptional craftsmanship that will withstand the test of time. Contact RNL Landscapes today and let us turn your dreams into reality.
I understand that each client is unique and has their own real estate needs. Whether you are buying, selling, renting, or a seasoned investor, I got your back. My name is Cheryl Yates, an award-winning realtor with ERA Liberty Realty.
I've known Cheryl Yates for over 30 years now, and I've always found her to be the consummate real estate professional. On a personal level, Cheryl has handled 3 sales for us over the past 15 years or so and has done an excellent job on each and every one of them. She communicates extremely well, and you never have to worry about where you're at in the sales process.
What I like about Cheryl is she's dependable, she's on time, she's flexible, and she works hard to get the job done. We had our sales very quickly through Cheryl Yates.
Whatever your real estate needs may be, remember me. I'm the key to buying or selling your home.
Buying or selling real estate? KRO Law is the local choice for real estate closings. In fact, we were honored to be chosen as the best of the best real estate closing attorneys for 2022 by the Martinsburg Journal. With offices conveniently located on Foxcroft Avenue in Martinsburg and South George Street in Charlestown, KRO Law proudly serves the Eastern Panhandle. Whether on the court, field, or in the classroom, we wish all of our student athletes a safe and successful.
Here at Home Team Sports TV, we're here to highlight our local businesses and our student athletes and put them on a path to success. Through our social media platforms and our live event production, we look to shine a light on our local community and our talent from our student athletes.
Home Team Sports TV is more than a brand, it's a movement. We're combining creativity, innovations, and smart solutions for companies of all sizes. With unmatched dedication and community focus, we're proving that the right exposure can lead to a successful future.
And remember,
we are Home Team.
Here at the Barn, we have been making dreams come true since 1972, where we help women feel their most beautiful for any occasion, from pageant, homecoming, and prom gowns to walking down the aisle in the perfect wedding gown alongside their bridesmaid and their family. Stop by to Meet Your Stylist today to find an affordable gown, and we do offer layaway.
Welcome to Cookies and Milk Childcare Center. We have 2 locations conveniently located in Kearneysville and Martinsburg. Our mission is to be the leading provider of higher quality care and education services for children ages 6 months to 12 years of age. We provide the highest quality child care available at an affordable cost. For more information, contact us at 304-901-2961.
Juan is the ultimate hype guy. I love him. He's always positive. He's always pepping them up and firing them up.
Come on, Parker, work, Parker, work, Parker, work, 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 work.
And good evening and welcome to Home Team Sports TV and welcome to the WVSSAC 4A playoffs here at Jefferson High School, where Jefferson Cougars are taking on the visiting George Washington Patriots. I'm once again your host for the final time tonight, maybe, and joined once again, J.D. Fritz, joined once again by my co-host, broadcast partner all season long, and one of the other half of the Dream Team on Home Team, Drew Pitzer. Drew, man, it is so good to have you with me once again. Hopefully we might have one more game, but if it's not, man, it's been a heck of a season.
I'll tell you what, it's been such a great season, a lot of memorable moments. You know, we're now in the second round of the playoffs, a rematch from a 1-point win that Jefferson had about 6 weeks ago. I'm just so excited to get after tonight and, just have a great call with you, JD.
Yeah, it should be a great game. Little cool evening, but perfect football weather here tonight at Cougar Stadium in Shenandoah Junction. Jefferson 7-4, as we saw, number 4 in the seedings here in the ranks there in the playoffs, and George Washington coming in with the 6th seed, and they come in at 9-2. And Drew, like you mentioned, one of those losses coming to the Cougars earlier in the season in Week 7, and man, what a game that was! Double overtime win. I know you were watching, I was watching, we were texting back and forth, man. I was on the edge of my seat. How about you?
I tell you what, when I was watching that game, Jefferson did everything they could to kind of hand that game away there at the end, but this is where they turned their season around. Again, they were 1-4 at the time. GW is currently undefeated. All the odds were stacked against them. And on our podcast, I actually called that Jefferson would win by 1 point. Score wasn't quite correct, but I knew that Jefferson had a chance. They have this talent, and with Rockwell moving to that quarterback position, it really changed the dynamics of this team, JD. And just watching that, I just saw right then and there and said, hey, this team could be trouble. And we're seeing it now. That game actually ended up giving them that 4 seed and made GW make the long commute up here. And I think Jefferson's ready to get after them tonight.
Yeah, we saw Tony go down in that game, so for the better part of that second half, the Cougars didn't have Tony on the field with them, but as well, GW, their main guy, the freshman phenom, Jaden Black, we're going to see a lot of him tonight. He got hurt earlier in the first half of that game as well, so both teams' best players didn't show up. They did show up until they both went down with an injury, which unfortunately for Tony's kept him out for the last 4 weeks. His first full game was last week against Washington. Looked pretty good, looked nearly 100%. Still maybe doesn't have his legs quite yet, so hopefully good week of practice this week, and he'll be 100%, pretty close to 100% tonight, I think, Drew.
Yeah, I think this is probably his best chance to be at 100%, and Coach Greg Hunter did a great job of getting him some rest, because that was a pretty severe injury that he had, but now he looks about as close to 100% as he's going to get the rest of the season. Again, Jaden Black, he got hurt, missed the last 3 quarters of the first matchup, so to see both those guys healthy and hopefully they stay healthy for this game, it's going to be an amazing one. Like I said, we expect a lot of fireworks tonight. Both these teams are high-scoring offenses, but they both have some pretty good defenses too, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is a little bit lower scoring than it was last time they met.
Yeah, and as we were talking about last week, we watched Bray Holmes come in, got the start last week over Jackson Rockwell. We know that was a coach's decision on Craig Hunter's part, but man, what a first half that Bray had. Came out firing, threw for nearly, 200 yards and 3 touchdowns, a couple of those to Tony in the first half, so that was really impressive. We'll see if Bray gets any action here tonight. We know, as far as we know, Jackson is going to get the start once again tonight against GW, so it will be Jackson Rockwell under center, but maybe possibly look for Bray to come in certain situations. So we'll wait and see what that's going to look like. But yeah, they looked all around. They looked good. They came out. They handled business. Did give up a touchdown in the second half to Washington, but yeah, they put a complete game together. It was total dominance on Jefferson's part last weekend. Other than, they looked like they came out a little stagnant at first, right. But, at the end of the game, 51-10, how can you argue with that?
Now, again, that was back-to-back weeks really putting the throttle to Washington, and now the real test tonight against a team that's only lost 2 games all year. Granted, one was to Jefferson, but this team is, battle tested. That's coming in here tonight. I know they're hungry to kind of get their get back from what happened about 6 weeks ago, because in their mind, they think Jefferson's the reason why they're not a 2 or 3 seed and having another opportunity to host another playoff game. So they're definitely fueled up and ready to get after tonight. Like you said, Jaden Black, 28 touchdowns this year, tremendous player, 1,522 yards rushing, just a freshman phenom. And you guys are going to see him again tonight, ladies and gentlemen, just along the same lines as Brennan Wack. Again, he's just a freshman. He's going to be making a lot of noise for years to come, and Jefferson better be prepared for them tonight.
Yeah, and I wanted to correct myself. The GW Patriots are a 5 seed. Excuse me, I believe I did say 6. So I apologize for that. And the Patriots are coached by Steve Edwards Jr., 30 years in this business as a coach for the GW Patriots. So, man, that's a long tenure coach. Got a lot of experience there. So I'm sure him and his staff will have his team ready to go as they had a dominating performance last week against Oak Hill, 58-14. And again, you were just talking about the freshman phenom, Jaden Black, over 200 yards and 6 touchdowns, Drew.
Man, I tell you what, like you said, when you're speaking on Coach Edwards, he's been coaching longer than I've even been thought about. So just the consistent excellence that this GW team has, it's just so impressive to see year in and year out. They have a great program and a great culture, and now, like you said, this freshman phenom, he's leading the way. They go as he goes, and that's a big reason why Jefferson was able to sneak away with that game when they played up there last time, is because he was hurt. I'm not saying that's the only reason, but it definitely opened the door for them and gave them confidence to build on that. 7 straight wins, 6 straight wins since that game. I just tell you what, right now, JD, this is going to be a spectacular showing tonight.
It is, and they've got a really good quarterback in Cy Persinger under center, and he's got nearly 1,600 yards, 21 passing touchdowns on the season, and look for him to get that ball out to his playmakers there on the outside early and often, and a couple of those guys that I did want to mention, the playmakers for them, is Kai Martin, number 2. Big, strong receiver. They like to get him in space, and so that's something I think GW is going to look to do as well. Also, Samaje Wesley, watched him on film. He's a really quick, shifty receiver. So, GW's not only they have Jaden Black in the backfield, but they definitely got some guys on the outside that can catch the ball and take it to the house.
Yeah, I think this team is actually, one of the most balanced teams in terms of talent in the state. I mean, I know they want to run the football about 60% of the time, but they can air it out too. Like you said, 21 total touchdowns from Persinger. He can definitely let it fly. He's not going to be the guy that makes them lose games. He's not going to throw pointless interceptions. In that game that they played, they were a 2-point conversion away from winning, and he threw an absolute dart to the back of the end zone for a touchdown to give them a chance to really overcome a huge deficit late in that fourth quarter. And he's just going to have them competitive, ready to battle. A great game manager, JD, and Jefferson really is going to have to get after him early and often and stack the box.
So with that said, Drew, let's go over our keys to the game for each team, and I'll let you start. What are your keys for GW for this game to come out with a win?
I think it's obvious, but you got to get Jaden Black in a running game starting right away. I mean, you want to pound the football down Jefferson's throat early and often to get that defense tired. Also, you can't allow Rockwell on the defensive side of the ball to get out of the pocket. That's when he's at his best, when he can get out there and create, make defenders make a decision and have to play too. That's when Jefferson's really at their most dangerous point. And also, I think they really do need to keep a balanced run and pass attack. Keep it about a 60% clip of running the football, but also you cannot allow Jefferson to consistently stack the box. You're going to have to make them pay, JD.
Yeah, and on Jefferson's side, very similar. We see Tony Allen is back pretty close to 100% being healthy. Look for them to get him the ball early and often. They want to make sure Jackson Rockwell has that protection up front, get him comfortable in the pocket. And, if you're GW, you can't allow Rockwell to get outside that pocket and make plays with his legs, because that's what Jefferson's going to want to do. Jefferson is and a little bit typical, untypical offense in terms of, they like to throw first, run second in terms of opening that running game up. They're going to do that and set that up with the pass.
Yeah, again, like you said, they're going to try to get the ball underneath, try to get it in Tony Allen's hand, Ricardo Lewis, see if they can get him, really involved in the game. Also, they just have so many different weapons. Jefferson hasn't really tapped into their full potential, JD.
Yeah, and we're going to take a quick moment here, and we're going to listen to the national anthem, and we'll be right back up here in the booth.
But he's in the side.
back here up in the booth. J.D. Fritz along with Drew Pitzer going over our keys to the game. I'll get back to Jefferson's keys real quick as we were talking about offense and Jackson Rockwell getting out of the pocket, making plays with his feet. I think if Jackson wants to have a successful night at the quarterback position, he's going to have to hit those playmakers and get them in space. Like we mentioned, Tony Allen's back nearly 100% or as close to it as he can be. But we've seen in the past several weeks, Drew, a lot of other guys step up for the Cougars, and Carson Olerking, Ricardo Lewis with some big play. He's pretty much their big play. He leads the team in receiving touchdowns with 6. Also, Lesdeel Machado, we like him. Small guy, very shifty guy, and likes to hide behind his blockers and pick up yards that way. So they definitely have some other playmakers that we've seen over the last 4 weeks or so when Tony's been out. And you add Tony into that mix, and, man, you got a really dynamic-looking offense now.
Yeah, again, like you said, I think with Tony Allen really getting back to about 100%. I'd say he's probably about the 90% range. I think that just opens up the offense so much. Like you spoke on Olerking, Lesdale Machado. You got Trayvon Ledbetter back there. Takeem Drake has made a bunch of plays. I mean, there's
absolutely forgot about Takeem. I apologize.
Yeah, and you look at Leland Benner again. You Kip Waldeck. All these guys play an integral role for allowing this Jefferson offense to get going. And ever since week 4, when they got to play Hedgesville and kind of a flip switch, it was just something different about this team over the last 7 weeks of the season, and it's been really exciting to see. Again, they could have packed it up at 0-4 and said, hey, this season's just not going to work out for us. Instead, Coach Hunter instilled in them a lot of discipline. This team has been so much less penalized and then haven't been turning the ball over as much this season compared to last. They might have been more talented in terms of skill guys last season, but this year they've been so much more disciplined, and hopefully they can continue that tonight, JD.
Yeah, and, with that said, Drew, what do you think that the GW Patriots are going to have to do? What's like the number one thing? If you had to pick one thing, I know you went over some other keys to stopping Jefferson and this, this dynamic offense that they have.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to win the ball control battle. Obviously, time of possession, we say that almost every game, but if they're able to control the football, and that's the best defense, is staying on the offensive side of the ball. You can't allow Rockwell and company to really get going. If they can keep attacking that defense, breaking them down, maybe try to limit the scoring in this game, because if it turns into a shootout, I think Jefferson's really an advantage. But if they can keep it limited and try to keep Jefferson underneath about 21 to 28 points, I think that puts GW in a great position to win this game.
Yeah, I do too. And for Jefferson, on defense, they're going to have to know where number 11 is all the time. Get 11 hats on the football when he's got. I would stack the box, 8 or 9 guys, and force them to pass the ball. Persinger, can throw the football, but he's not nearly one of the state's leaders in passing yards. He does have some athletes on the outside that can make plays for him. So I would force them in that direction, but do not let Jaden Black beat you here tonight. And I think that's going to be key for the Cougars. And speaking of the Cougars, let's Drew. We're going to talk about players to watch, but I'll let you. I'd like to do the Cougars, if you don't mind. So I'll let you handle GW. I think I think I kind of know who you're probably going to go in the direction of, but I'll let you talk about that.
I guess I'm going to break your neck right here, JD. I'm actually going with Cy Persinger. I think he's going to be such a crucial key to the game, as long as he doesn't turn the football over and he keeps that offense steady, because this game is going to be a game of runs. One side's going to have momentum, and it's just going to completely flip. And with his veteran leadership, again, he's a senior. He's been here before. Again, doesn't have the Gaunty numbers, but he plays extremely smart. I mean, he has a 68% completion percentage. He's 130 for 191 on the season. Again, only 1,600 yards, nothing too flashy, but this team really flows really well with him. I mean, he has multiple touchdowns to about 3 or 4 different receivers, so he's not scared to air it out. He's going to make the right decision. His game kind of reminds me similar to what Archie Manning kind of looks like. I know this is what we're seeing at Texas, but when we're watching him in high school, it's very similar. So, he's going to make a lot of good plays to try to take some pressure off of Black, and we'll see how it goes. But at the end of the day, I think he's going to be my player to watch tonight.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. I would have picked Jaden Black, but he's the obvious choice, right? The freshman phenom in Black, and so we'll see. I mean, if Persinger has a good game, then Drew, you might be on to something. But so going to the Jefferson side, I've got a couple players. I got a guy on offense, and I have a guy on defense. Yes, my guy on offense is Tony Allen Jr., the speedster. And he's been banged up, we know, for the last 4 weeks, maybe even 5 weeks. And last week we said he looked pretty good, nearly 100%, just needed to get some conditioning, get his legs back. Right. But he didn't look bad. But I think he's going to be a key component here tonight. If the Cougars want to come out here with the win, they're going to have to feed Tony Tony, but at the same time, they want a good balance between getting Tony the touches that he needs and also getting the other guys involved, like we mentioned, that really stepped up in Tony's absence over the last month or so of play. So I think Tony needs have a good game, maybe at least 3-4 touchdowns for Mr. Allen. And going over the defensive side of the football, I know you probably thinking I'm thinking Andy Roberts. No, Andy Roberts is right up here. He leads the team in tackles, 114. But I'm going with ISK, Isaiah Simmons-Kelly. Man, he has really stepped up for that Jefferson Cougars defensive front. And only a sophomore, 6 foot, 190 pounds, leads the team in sacks with 5, has 50 tackles on the season. Started at linebacker this year earlier and kind of transitioned over to that defensive end position. And, man, he's just been playing lights out, Drew.
Yeah, again, that whole front four for the Jefferson Cougars has really stepped it up this year. Again, I think that was kind of a weakness on that team that they had last year. Was they just could not get any pressure on the quarterback, couldn't create any turnovers. And those 4 guys, Braylon Holmes has really stepped up, too, since he had his return and playing in that interior defensive lineman position. I just think that with Coach Philip Keller has and the way he's going to draw up different schemes tonight to try to combat what Jaden Black's going to do, not only stacking the box, but making sure you still keep pressure on Cy Persinger as well. I just think this is going to be an interesting chess match to pay attention to, and I don't think any lead's safe. You can see if GW has a lead, and Jefferson can come right back quick as possible.
Well, that's our pregame show for this playoff game, and we're going to take a real quick commercial break and hear a word from our sponsors, and then we've got the kickoff coming up, guys. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Here at Home Team Sports TV.
And we are back up here in the booth here at Cougar Stadium for this 4A or Quad A matchup between the Jefferson Cougars and the George Washington Patriots here in the second round of the playoffs. And we are going to go down to the field right now for the coin toss, and we'll be back here up in the booth in just a few minutes.
Okay? Someone gets out of line on your team, you guys take care of them, okay? That's the biggest part of the deal here today. I want you to have a good game, and congratulations for making it to the second round. If you're the home team, we'll call you red tonight. If you're the visitors, we'll call you white. You'll be calling a coin. That coin right there that says Mason-Dixon is the heads. That's the tails. The state of West Virginia is the tails. That's the head. The state of West Virginia is the tails. I'm going to flip it. I want you to call it in the air loud enough so Mr. Conway can hear it. If I drop this thing, we'll do it again. Heads. He called a head. Call a head. Tails, he's on the call. What do you want to do? What do you call? Hold on right there.
Jefferson is wonderful, and they've elected to defer to the second half.
And we are back up here in the booth, guys. I'll make a couple quick announcements. This game tonight on WVSSAC, the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission serves its 286 member schools and their students by providing leadership and support for the conduct and education-based athletes which enrich the educational experience of all participants. Play, perform, compete together. The West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission promotes athletics that provide lifelong and life-quality learning experiences to high school students while enhancing their achievement of educational goals. Play, perform, compete together. Today's athletic event is not about winning at all costs, disrespecting others, or criticizing the athletes, coaches, or officials. It's about learning and growing, developing character, and competing with class. Please keep it positive and bench bad behavior. We'd also like to thank our game day sponsor for today, Miss Jackie Lewis, owner-broker of Green Tree Realty. You can get a hold of them at 304-876-3737, 138 East German Street in Shepherdstown, Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. Also like to give a big shout-out to the Holmes family, Barry and Teresa, for their contribution to tonight's game as well. So we appreciate you guys. Also, player of the game sponsor and our halftime sponsor, West Virginia Real Estate Solutions, Christy Edwards and Rasan Edwards. You can reach them at 304-270-6680. And we are about to get underway here. This rematch between the George Washington Patriots and your Jefferson Cougars. Drew, we are looking for a great matchup, a great rematch here tonight. I was on the edge of my seat. I don't think my nerves can handle another double overtime game as Antonio Rocca Marty set to kick it off. And a little poocher there, right there, taken at the 42-yard line by the Patriots, and they will start 1st and 10. Cy Persinger, number 16, Jaden Black, will be in the backfield with him starting at running back.
Going to be interested to see how they want to attack Jefferson here on this first possession. Again, nice little, I like that kickoff right there from Jefferson. Didn't want to put the ball in Jaden Black's hands too early. Again, they're going to try to feed him early and often. We'll see how they want to approach this very first possession.
So 2 receivers to each side of the formation. Handoff goes to Black. He's looking to bounce outside. There's Tony Allen right away. Might have picked up 2 yards on the play, but a good defensive stop there by the Cougars.
Yeah, I love to see Tony Allen on Jaden Black. The 2 best players from both respective teams made that play. And again, Jefferson's defense swarmed to the football. That's what they're going to have to do all night, JD, to give them a chance to win.
The ball is on their own 44-yard line. 2nd and 8 now for the Patriots. Persinger in the gun. Black to his right, 2 receivers to each side. Handoff goes again straight up the middle to Jaden Black. Picks up about 4 out to the 48-yard line. Bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, this is really decision time right now. You're already in the opponent's territory at the 48-yard line. I think you're going to try to air it out right here. Again, keep Jefferson on their toes. They're going to try to stack this box again, see if you can get a one-on-one coverage. Maybe if you can hit, Wesley, or even try to get Aldridge out there who ended up making a couple big plays last time too. I think that's going to be your best option here at this third, about 5.
You got the big receiver out here, Kyle Martin, to the near side. Looks like they might be trying to draw the Cougars off here in a 3rd and 5. Handoff again, straight up the middle goes Black, and he finds some room, picks up the 1st down to the 45 of the Cougars, and that's going to move the chains, Drew.
Yeah, you see how much he keeps his feet pounding right there. After initial contact, which was about, it was going to be about 4th and 4, 4th and 3, he just kept his feet pounding, ended up getting that 1st down, now about the 46-yard line, 1st down, GW.
Yeah, GW's big up front, number 63. He weighs in at 6'8" through 425, so open up some holes there in the middle of that Cougars defense early. 1st and 10, 3 receivers here to the near side as Martin split wide. Handoff again goes to Jaden Black. He bounces it outside and cuts back to the inside, picks up another 4 yards on 1st down. So looking good so far here in the run game, finding a lot of room there in between the tackles.
Yeah, his offensive line's doing a great job of winning at the line of scrimmage, and Jaden Black has a terrific vision for just a freshman football player, just to be able to go out there and see the hole and attack it. Very impressive from him. Four plays, 4 runs, all by Jaden Black.
So 2nd and 6 now for the Patriots. 2 receivers to each side. Jamari Smith, the far to the opposite side of the field. Persinger going to take it himself. Hit hard there by number 20, Andy Roberts. Might have picked up a yard on the play to bring up 3rd.
Yeah, right there. I mean, I understand you want to keep the defense on their toes, but if you're going to run that type of play, you're never going to get much, and now it puts you in another 3rd and 5 here. So wouldn't be surprised to see if they put the ball back in number 11's hands again.
Yeah, and I would think it'd probably be 4 down territory as well. So they got essentially 2 downs here to pick up these 5 yards. 3rd and 5 from the 41. Persinger in the gun once again. Jaden Black to his left. Fake to Black. They're going to swing it out here. Nearly picked off there. It's caught there by Jamari Smith, but he's stacked up by a host of Cougars, and he's going to lose about 3 yards on the play. And this is where it gets a little tricky, Drew. 4th and long, and it looks like they're bringing the punting unit out.
Yeah, you want to put Jefferson back in their own territory right here. You got to win the field position battle as well. That's going to be huge tonight. But again, give a quick shout out to Carson Olerking. He held on to his jersey right there. If he doesn't hold on, there's a little gap. He could have possibly made a run for it. Could at least got a first down. But again, great job there from Olerking. Great job gang tackling. Now it looks like it's going to be Jefferson football.
They should get. So only kick it away there. Number 13 looks like shanked it off the side of his foot. So the Cougars are going to get excellent field position. Number 13 there for the Patriots, Ashton Lusk, just couldn't quite get his foot right there on the ball. And they're going to mark it right around the 38 or 39-yard line of the Cougars. So they're starting in good field position right here, Drew.
Yeah, again, the first kickoff to Jefferson last time these two teams, Tony Allen jogged all the way to the end zone. So I think they learned their lesson. They'd rather give them better field position than allow Tony to take it to the house. First down, Jefferson.
So Rockwell comes out under center. 1,253 yards on the season passing. 15 touchdowns. Cougars 3 receivers to the far side. 2 to the near side here is man in motion. Ledbetter goes back with Rockwell. A lot of shifting around, a lot of movement there by the Cougars. 4 seconds left. Handoff goes to Ledbetter. Picks up about 3 yards on first down out to the 43. So a nice little run there by Trayvon Ledbetter.
And you can already see the mind games that both these sides are playing. A lot of formation shifts, a little bit of motion as well. You know, letting the clock getting all the way down to about 3 or 4 seconds on the play clock is a little bit dangerous because Jefferson, the way they've been getting penalties this year for delayed games, even though they're in a fast-paced offense, is kind of startling to me.
Ledbetter, the leading rusher this year for the Cougars, 670 yards rushing. 4 touchdowns on the season as Rockwell taking himself, come here to the near side. He's got some room. There goes Jackson Rockwell down inside the 45, but that's probably coming back as there is a flag on the field. We'll see if they get the Cougars for holding.
Yeah, I think that was just trying to seal the edge right there. Got it outside the shoulder pads. Unfortunately, kind of ruined a good play. Now it'll be about 2nd and 13.
So the first big play the Cougars have got penalized, and it's going to drop them back another 10 yards. And this is what the Cougars can't do. They've been a little better the last several weeks, not shooting themselves on in the foot with these penalties, holding calls, especially on these big plays. But that time they got called for one, and they're all the way back now to the 32-yard line. Looks like to bring up 2nd and 18.
Yeah, right here, I'm trying to get 7 to 8 yards back. Make it a 3rd and 10. I know that sounds crazy, but you're not going to get it all back right here. See if you can get some good yardage back to make it more of a 3rd manageable.
Rockwell in the gun. Ledbetter to his left. 2 receivers to each side of the formation for the Cougars.
Clock's under 5. Had to burn a timeout.
They're going to have to take a timeout. And I just don't understand that. You know, you got all that time, and I guess they just didn't like what they see. But with that said, we are going to take our first commercial break real quick and hear a word from our sponsors. You're watching Home Team Sports TV.
I'm Braden, and we are Brothers Bin Blasting, your bin blasting all-stars.
A unique sanitizing service begins right after your local trash collection. With a scheduled pickup time and location, we arrive promptly to clean your bins on the spot.
Our advanced 360-degree cleaning heads and pressurized water heated to over 200 degrees ensures a powerful blast blasting away 99% of all germs and bacteria. Visit our website at brosbinblasting.com and use code GETBLASTED to receive 50% off your first cleaning.
And we are back here at Home Team Sports TV. J.D. Fritz along with Drew Pitzer. Cougars had a big first down run there by Rockwell, nullified by a holding call. Had to burn a timeout, and we are now here 2nd and 17 now for the Cougars from their own 32-yard line. Rockwell with Ledbetter in the backfield, 2 receivers to each side. Handoff goes to Ledbetter. He's trying to find some room right off tackle. Might have picked up 4 or 5 on the play.
They're acting like the ball came out, but none of the officials believe that's none to get. Like I said, I like that play. Now it makes it about 3rd and 12. It opens up something for you, but, man, Trey Ledbetter is limping off the field right now. That's not what you want to see. That's a huge dimension out of your offense that could be lost if he can't return.
Yeah, and here comes Leland Benner. Would have thought they might have put Takeem Drake back there. He's the guy that started in the backfield for the Cougars very, very early on in this season. The officials are resetting the clock here to, I believe, 7:06. The Cougars here with a big 3rd down, and we'll call it 12. Benner in the backfield with Rockwell. So 2 receivers to each side for the Cougars. Rockwell back to throw. He's looking deep. He's going there for Ricardo Lewis, and he just couldn't quite hit him, overthrew him. It looked like Lewis wasn't running 100% there, but a little bit overthrown. The Cougars are going to have to punt it away.
And right there was no QB spy on Rockwell. He looked like he had a little space down the sideline right here. Could have possibly made a play, but I actually do like the aggressiveness to see if you can get Ricardo Lewis, getting going early. But again, two possessions, 2 punts. This game is going to be a little bit more defensive than the last one, I guess, JD.
Yeah, it seems that way early on here as Lewis had the double coverage on him. So Takeem Drake on to punt it away for the Cougars. Back deep for the Patriots is end over end punt there. Goes out of bounds, so not a great punt as the Patriots will start their 2nd possession here from their own 36-yard line.
We'll see how GW wants to approach this. Again, there was 5 runs that last possession, 1 pass. I think they're going to have to be at least a little different and more multi-versatile to give them a chance to win this game, too, on the road in a tough Jefferson environment. 2nd possession of the game for the Patriots. I'm interested to see how they're going to approach it.
Yeah, as Persinger comes back out under center. Persinger with nearly 1,600 yards, throwing the football with 14 passing touchdowns on the season. Jaden Black in the backfield, takes the handoff, bouncing it outside. Not a lot there. Black might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
It looked like the ball came out right there.
Let's bring up 2nd down. They didn't call a fumble, so over there and on the stop, Isaiah Simmons-Kelly. As we mentioned, Jaden Black several times already today comes into this game with 1,522 yards, 25 touchdowns on the ground. Does have 3 receiving touchdowns as well to give him 28. So receiver to each side for Persinger. The handoff goes to Jaden Black up the middle. Not a lot there. Might have picked up, he'd give him 4 yards out to close to the 41. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 5.
Yeah, and, I'm kind of surprised with how GW is approaching this game. They haven't done anything different. Jefferson kept the box, stacked. Obviously, we've seen Black make a couple really good plays, extending, 1 or 2 extra yards and giving them better field position. But I think you're going to have to open up the playbook a little bit more if you really want to win this game.
Yeah, I'm like you. I would be stacking the box, and we talked about that in the pregame. Make Persinger beat you with the throw as he's back to throw now, looking for a man out in the flat. He makes the catch. That's number 1, or is that number 2? No, that's number 1, Samaje Wesley. They're going to move the chain, so a good pitch and catch there between Persinger and Wesley.
Yeah, Persinger saw that one-on-one coverage right there. A great comeback route, about 8 to 12 yards down the field. Ended up making a good play. 1st down, GW.
So Oler King coming out as Rockwell take his spot over there at the corner. Not sure if Oler King was injured on the play or not. So 1st down, ball on the 49-yard line of the Patriots. Cougars showing blitz. Andy Roberts jumps just a little too early, and that's going to give the Patriots 5 extra yards.
And, GW definitely has that in their game plan. They got Jefferson jumped twice on that 2-point conversion attempt that they had when they met 6 weeks ago. They're going to keep trying to use that to see if they get 5 free yards every time.
So 2 crucial penalties already earlier in this 1st quarter for the Cougars. So to bring up 1st and 5 now for the Patriots. Roberts just getting a little too anxious there, trying to get through the line. Again, 2 receivers to each side. Handoff goes to Black straight up the middle. He's going to bounce it outside. Finds a little bit of room. Tackled there. They're going to call looks like, I don't know if they were calling a horse collar or a face mask. They threw a couple flags, came flying in. We'll have to wait and see what this penalty is going to be.
Either way, that's going to hurt Jefferson a lot right there. That's going to be 15 extra yards added on. It looks like they're going to have the ball about the 25-yard line.
So the Cougars already not starting off the way they would want. And I didn't really know it was a face mask. So, again, like Drew said, I'm going to add 15 to the end of the run there. Now the Patriots are in really good field position, moving deep in to the Cougars' territory. They mark the ball right at the 29-yard line with 5:17 left to go here in the scoreless first quarter between the Patriots and the Cougars.
And I know nobody ever wants to get a horse collar or a face mask call, but Ricardo Lewis kind of saved the touchdown right there. Unfortunately, he got a personal foul, but at least it keeps Jefferson defense on the field.
So a little power formation to this side, but Persinger going to run it himself. Nowhere to go as he's pushed out of bounds there by Jackson Rockwell. So it'll bring up no gain. Second and, well, they gave him a loss of a couple there. Thought he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him a loss of 2, bring up 2nd and 12.
Yeah, right there. It looks like he kind of bounced it out at the end instead of trying to turn the ball at the field. Instead of getting a 2 or 3 yard gain, he got pushed back 2 yards. And quarterback on quarterback crime right there. Jackson Rockwell won the battle.
We'll see if this is a passing situation for the Patriots. No, it's not, with Jaden Black taking the handoff down to the 25-yard line. So he picks up about 7 of those yards back to bring up 3rd and 6.
I mean, he keeps his pads super low right there. I mean, you see how low he is running the football, and that's allowing him to get those 3 to 4 extra yards, and it just makes it so much more of an easier opportunity for GW to convert and move these chains.
So another big 3rd down situation here for both teams.
One matchup over here to the near sideline, JD.
We've got a power back here, number 3. That's Clyde May. They're going to hand it to freaking Black. He lowers his shoulder pad on Tony Allen. Picks up enough for another Patriots first down.
Yeah, again, lower them shoulder pads. I told you, he's staying really low and level to the ground, allowing him the low man's always going to win when you're running the football. And, again, you got GW cooking with hot bacon grease right now.
Yeah, you just see that quick first step and the burst he has and just the power that he runs with as well. He just doesn't play like a freshman at all.
Not at all. I mean, are we sure this guy's 14? That's just crazy to me. How does he not have his license yet?
I know. He's just a powerful runner and very shifty. So 1st and 10, the handoff again goes to Jaden Black straight up the middle. He kind of jumps his way down inside the 10-yard line to the 9. Going to give him another gain of about 8 yards on the play.
And the game plan for GW is working perfectly. You're eating up clock again, keeping your guys on the field, wearing that defense down with this tough running game. GW is cooking.
Here goes Jaden Black straight up the middle inside the goal line. Let's see, they're going to mark him just shy of the goal lines. The Cougars thought they were going to get flagged. They had a man coming, running off the field late. The officials didn't see it. But either way, it's going to be a 1st and goal now from about the half-yard line, and they're going quick here.
They're going to try
Black
to get
gets the handoff. He's in for the Patriots touchdown for the first score of the game to put the GW Patriots up 6-0.
Again, you know, that's when you keep the ball on the ground. You're rushing it constantly, and I know it's only the first quarter, but you see this Jefferson defense wearing down a little bit. That's where the offense has got to step up, make a long drive from themselves, so you get these defensive guys a little bit of rest so they're not so fatigued.
Yeah, they're going to have to find an answer for this run game, and we talked about that, whether they're stacking the box, bringing an extra guy in, blitzing. They just haven't found it in 2 possessions yet, Drew. GW gets the first score of the game here with 2:38 left. Extra point attempt is up, low kick, and it is good. The Patriots take a 7-0 lead over the Cougars, and we're going to take a commercial break and hear a word from our sponsors. You're watching Home Team Sports.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality. Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
And we're back here at Home Team Sports TV. J.D. Fritz along with Drew Pitzer here for this quad, a playoffs between the Jefferson Cougars, and that little onside kick is not going to go 10 yards, but Frank Turk still falls on it, I believe.
He does, yep.
Very risky play by Turk because they could have just waited for that ball to fall a little short, and maybe GW would have gotten penalized for that.
Yeah, again, and I could see what Turk was thinking. He was right about the 10-yard line, about 8.5, but still would have been short. Could have gave them better field position, but Turk ended up getting on the ball. First down, Jefferson. But a quick little score update from University in Huntington. It is currently tied up 7-7. That is going to the second quarter, JD.
Thank you, Drew. We'll come back a little bit later with some more score updates. As we don't have as many games each week, the teams get divided in half, so not quite as many, and we have a whole handful of games also playing tomorrow as well. So the Cougars with a 1st and 10 ball on the Patriots' 49-yard line. So once again, it's Benner in the backfield. Rockwell taking himself, blocked. There goes Leland Benner with a nice block. There goes Jackson Rockwell inside the 35. They're going to mark him at the 32, I believe. Picks up a big first down for the Cougars.
Yeah, again, that was the same play that they got penalized. Kind of got that hold outside the edge. You got a guy away with another hold right there, but I'm glad that the official didn't call it. Great run from Jackson Rockwell, and I think that's what you got to stick with, see if you can get your quarterback in space.
Yeah, great block there by Benner. He looks like he might have taken out two guys kind of falling over him, but picks up another first down. Jackson Rockwell and company moving the ball here. 2 receivers to each side. Let's deal Machado. A little jet sweep action. They're going to be a false start, it looks like, against the Cougars. And again, this is what, the 4th or 5th penalty on Jefferson.
Yeah, there's 2 guys who were actually leaning on the offensive line. So right then and there, you cannot jump if you're on the offensive line, especially in this type of game. You have to be as clean as possible. With the divide between these 2 teams is very little, if any, at all.
Yeah, you're not going to stay in the game very long, getting penalized, backing yourselves up. We saw what the results were last time, especially on the personal foul, and it's just not going to be a very good situation for the Cougars to be in. As now it's 1st and 15. Leland Benner continues to be the man in the backfield next to Jackson Rockwell's. Machado again, they fake it to Machado straight up the middle. Jackson Rockwell finds a little room, gets that 5 yards back and +1, so giving maybe 6 yards on the carry to bring up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, again, the loss of Trey Ledbetter, which I would not think he's coming back into this game, unfortunately, could be exacerbated with the fact now you have to really rely on Jackson Rockwell and Lesdale Machado in the running game and not having that downhill force in Ledbetter.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that Drake wouldn't come in and fill that role at the running back spot. He was the guy that got a lot of carries early in the first couple of games. I know he's had a lot of success at receiver. So 2 receivers are going to take Jackson Rockwell again. Blocked there by Benner. Just tripped up inside the 25-yard line. Jackson Rockwell close to a first down. They're going to mark him a couple yards short.
That's kind of – they had him all the way down to the 21, and now they moved him back to the 24. I think that's where he was supposed to be at, but I thought they were going to give him a generous call right there.
The Cougars are going to go with a little tempo here. Same formation with 2 receivers to each side. It's going to be Jackson Rockwell again trying to dance his way inside the 20. He's going to have enough for the first down.
The Cougars got to be careful, though, running that consistently. I know Rockwell can make a lot of plays, but putting him in between the tackles with them big boys that GW has, it's just a scary outcome just waiting to happen.
Yeah, I mean, you got Tony out there. You got to get him the football. It can't just be, all Jackson Rockwell, because you definitely can't afford to have another starter on this team that goes both ways, and that's the other thing you don't talk about, with Ledbetter playing running back. He's also big and plays a big role on defense as well.
Of course.
So 1st and 10 from the 19. Tony Allen in motion. A fake jet sweep to Tony Allen's. Rockwell again, straight up the middle, down inside the 15. picks up about 5 yards, giving 4 on the carry to bring up 2nd and 6.
But I see what Coach Hunter's trying to do right here. He's doing a lot of dimensions that are trying to give play fakes, and eventually that people are going to key on Rockwell, and then you can give it to Machado, you can give it to Allen, see if Akeem Drake's get open. Ricardo Lewis can fly open down the middle of the field. So I understand what he's doing right here. I just don't want him to get too abusive of it.
Right. But they do tend to take a lot of time trying to get the plays in for a team that doesn't huddle, but they're going to the quarter's getting ready to run out. So as this first quarter expires, the George Washington Patriots have a 7-0 lead over the Jefferson Cougars, and we're going to go to a commercial break and hear a word from our sponsors. You're watching Home Team Sports TV.
Performance Fitness, I'm one of the owners here. True Performance Fitness as a whole, we brought this gym to the area and we wanted to bring every walk of fitness in one building. So that's exactly what we did. We have strongman, powerlifting, bodybuilding, CrossFit. We have posing rooms, a full turf, a full track outside. We even have a basketball court. We wanted everything to be under one roof. So that's just kind of the thing that we did. We also went out and we made sure that we got top of the line equipment. We also make sure that all the pads and everything are getting replaced and all the machines are being taken care of properly. That's just something we strive to do for this community. We also like to give back to the community with donations, fundraisers, and other stuff for like kids and the families around. So that's just kind of who we are as a gym, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys.
And we are back here, Home Team Sports TV, J.D. Fritz along with Drew Pitzer. We'd like to thank our game sponsor for today, Miss Jackie Lewis, owner, broker of Green Tree Realty. You can get a hold of them at 876-3737 or 138 East German Street in Shepherdstown, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Also, a special shout-out to the Holmes family, Barry and Teresa, for their contribution as well. The Cougars have a 2nd and 6, we'll call it, from about the 15-yard line. So Cougars starting to knock on the door, put a nice little drive here together after, that's the big thing. How would they answer after, GW scored that earlier touchdown in the first quarter? Benner still in the backfield. Allen in motion behind Rockwell. He's going to get the handoff. There goes Allen straight up the middle. He picks up maybe 4 on the play. Close to a first down. Going to be a yard or so short.
Yeah, that was I thought there might be a little bit of late contact right there. I thought he was going to get a first down just given to them from the officials, but I guess they didn't see it that way, so now it's 3rd and short. 2 opportunities, I would say, to get this first down.
Again, 2 receivers here to the near side, Takeem Drake and Allen. Allen goes in motion. They're going to jet sweep it to Allen. He's looking for some room to the outside. Turns it up. Allen, there's a flag. Into the end zone goes Tony Allen Jr., but hold everything. I believe it's coming back again for a holding. And once again, another big play by the Cougars, nullified from a holding call. You just can't do that. And that's, I think, their 5th or 6th penalty, Drew, and he's starting to really add up now.
Yeah, and I understand there's a hold on every single play. Everybody knows that. But right there, it looked like he was inside the shoulder pads. It just looked like he was established position. But, man, that's a crucial penalty right there.
Well, that's the biggest one so far on a touchdown run there by Tony Allen. It's going to back the Cougars all the way up to the 21 to bring up 3rd and 12 now.
Man, it was just a 3rd and 1. I think you try to take that between the tackles right there, see if you can get an extra yard or something. But, again, now it's put you 3rd and long, so I still think it's 2-down territory.
So Benner still in the backfield with Rockwell. Rockwell's going to fake like he's going to run. He is going to tuck it and run. He does a little. No, I thought it looked like he passed it off. He didn't, but Rockwell gets maybe 2 or 3 yards on the play. He's going to bring up a big decision for Coach Craig Hunter and the Cougars. Are we going to go for it on 4th and 10 or try to kick a very long field goal? Would be about 37 yards I think for Rocca Marty.
Yeah, that's just outside of his range. I think he needs to be about 30 and in if you really want to have a decent chance at it. I think you got to go for it. Maybe take a shot to the end zone with Tony Allen again. But right now, this is not good for Jefferson and the momentum going into GW's favor.
Yeah, definitely a big missed opportunity there for the Cougars, but we'll see what they've got here on 4th down as Rockwell with Benner to his left. 3 receivers to the far side of the formation. Takeem Drake here to the near side. Rockwell back to throw. He's got his man, Tony Allen, inside the 10, inside the 5, drags his man into the end zone for a Cougars touchdown. Tony Allen Jr.
Yeah, again, right there. I think that GW was thinking that Jefferson was going to call a timeout right there. They snapped that right at 1 second left to go in the play clock. And again, I know we usually say a primetime dime has to be an excellent pass, but right there, great decision from Rockwell. Finding Tony Allen, made up for that penalty. Touchdown Cougars were an extra point away from a tie ball game, JD.
I tell you, and this is the biggest difference between Cougars teams that we've seen in the past. They don't care that they're down. They have an agenda. They're going to go down and get that touchdown back, and they did that. Rockwell to Tony Allen Jr. Beautiful pass by Rockwell over the middle, and Tony Allen does what Tony Allen does.
Yeah, again, the comeback Cougars. That's what I like to call them.
Snap a little high, kick is down, and it's up and good. With 10:17 left to go, we're all tied up at 7, but we're going to stay right here. We're going to thank some more of our sponsors. We'd like to thank our home team sponsors who've been with us all season long. That's KRO Law, Ameritech Tire and Auto, Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, ERA Liberty Realty, call Cheryl Yates, Benchwarmer Sports Bar and Grill, Cookies and Milk Daycare, True Performance Fitness, Brothers Bin Blasting, VFW Post 3522. And guys, if you're wanting to advertise your business with Home Team Sports TV, you can reach out to us at 571-520-5634. We'd also like to thank our Player of the Game sponsor and our halftime sponsor, West Virginia Real Estate Solutions, Christy Edwards and Rasan Edwards. You're in the market for a house, hit these guys up. They're friends of mine, love them to death. Rasan and Christy, 304-270-6680. Just when the Cougars had their backs against the wall, I tell you, man, they really stepped up. And on a 4th and 10, what a dart Rockwell threw across the middle to Tony Allen.
Yeah, again, that was extremely impressive. And, before this kickoff return, we'll go ahead and give an update between University and Huntington. That game is now tied 14-14. Got two great battles here.
And a fumble ball in the kickoff. The Cougars can't recover it. GW looks like they fell on it. Wow, what another missed opportunity there by the Cougars as it bounced off the shoulder pad, it looked like, of a Patriots player. And it was on the turf for anybody to grab, and the Cougars couldn't quite get there.
I mean, there was about 4 or 5 Cougars in the vicinity of that football right there. And I think they were just so surprised that was able to be recovered. And, man, this game's a game of 50-50 balls. Whoever's able to get on top of that, and that could have been momentum shifting right there for the Cougars, keep their offense on the field. Unfortunately, now they got to get the ball back to this dominant running game.
Yeah, and Rocco Marty comes off kind of shaking his head saying, I did my part. You guys got to get on the football. But he's been kicking the ball really well this year as Pooch kicks. Man in motion is Black. Little jet sweep here to the near side. Black finds some room outside the 35 to about the 38-yard line, close to a Patriots first down. I think they're going to mark him just a little short.
And you saw they lined him up outside of that near side motion position right there. And, again, they're trying to get him in space just like how Jefferson got Tony Allen in space. They got to be able to keep an eye on him at all times. I'm even saying keep 2 guys as a spy on Black until further notice.
Well, I mean, I think he's probably got at least 8 or 9 carries already in this game, and we're still early in the second quarter. So a power set to the left. Handoff goes to Black. Straight up the middle. Hit hard there at the 40. Has enough for the first down. And, again, going to move the chains.
Again, you see how patient this GW offense is. They're 2 different type of styles because Jefferson can score really fast, but GW wants to eat up the clock as much as they possibly can to limit the possessions in this game.
Yeah, I think Black now is up to about 9 carries. Probably about, we'll get the halftime stats, but I know he's probably got a good chunk of yards as well. Persinger with Black to his right. Fake it to Black this time. Persinger's going to keep it himself. Maybe a yard on the play, but we just see that Persinger's, there's quite a bit of a drop-off. I love Persinger more throwing the football than running. If you're going to run, Black is going to be your guy.
And I say this most respectful way. Persinger makes a lot of plays throughout the game. He's a great game manager, but he runs like he has a parachute on his back, straight up and down, and I think you got to stick with Jaden Black if you're going to be running the football.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, Drew. You want to throw the football, Persinger can get that done. Running the football, I think they need to stick with Jaden Black. So 2 receivers to each side of the formation. A power set again, number 3 there.
Clyde
the
May.
Up back. Yep, Clyde May Handoff goes to Black, trying to get to the outside, finds a little room picks up a couple. Not a lot there, but they did give him really good forward progress. I did not think he got out close to the 44-yard line. Maybe they marked him at the 43.
Yeah, it looked like he got stood up about a yard past the initial line of scrimmage. But, again, they're running towards Mayside every single time, and I'm sure Coach Philip Keller saw that on film, even watching the previous contest. They're running behind him consistently with that. He's basically a glorified guard right there pulling every play.
So another big 3rd down and 7 for the Patriots. Jamari Smith lined up here to the near side. Kyle Martin to the top of your screen. Jaden Black in the backfield. Persinger going to throw the ball. It's picked off. Nearly had it, Jackson Rockwell. I thought he had it in his hand, but I think Jamari Smith, the receiver, had to actually strip that ball away from Rockwell.
Yeah, Jamari Smith went on the defensive right there because I think Rockwell was going to pick that off and take that back for 6. Again, great defense from the offensive guy right there. Now it looks like, I would not be so sure that they're going to punt this away right here. They're going to try to check them out, what they're going to be up in the front for. But I would say that Jefferson should be getting this football back right now and be very happy about it.
Well, they do have their punter in there, Ashton Lusk. Tony Allen back deep to receive the punt for the Cougars. Lusk is going to kick it away. A nice little punt there. It's going to roll around the 25-yard line, so the Cougars will take over there. 7:35 left to go. We're all tied here at 7 in the second quarter. And so far, Drew, it hasn't been the shootout we thought it might be, but definitely been a very good football game.
Yeah, again, that's why I said it's really in GW's favor right now, keeping the scoring limited, because if it gets in the shootout, I think that works better for Jefferson and the type of offense they want to run. The fact that this is only Jefferson's 3rd possession and they're almost halfway through the second quarter is a little concerning for me.
The Cougars will have it 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line. We'll see if they start to possibly air it out a little bit more now with Ledbetter not in the game. The handoff, they're going to have Andy Roberts in there, and again, they're going to get some movement early, I believe, on the Cougars.
Man.
So, again, back them up 5 yards. So, they'll start, seems like every possession is starting with a 1st and 15 instead of 1st and 10.
Yeah, again, and Silas Speed, he's been great for Jefferson all year. Unfortunately, I think he's getting a little happy right now. It's the second one of the game. You got to make sure that offensive line is working cohesive. He cannot move until that football moves.
So, they did have Roberts initially back in the backfield. They moved Tony back there. Roberts out here split as the slots. Tony dances his way out to the 30. Has a lot of that yardage back for the Cougars. They'll bring up 2nd and about 5.
And if you have any doubts about where Tony's at and health-wise, I know he's still not 100%, but he's looking about as close as Tony's I've seen since about week 5. I like to see it, and especially lining him up in the backfield. I think it gives Jefferson a whole different look.
Well, before Tony became this dynamic receiver, he used to play a lot of running back in middle school and youth league. So, going to ride it out. Tony's trying to get to the outside here. Not going to do it. He turns it up. Finds a little crease there up out to the 41, maybe the 42, but plenty enough for a Cougars 1st down.
And that's why everybody's saying coming in this year, when him and Mar Wallace were playing out wide last year, was 2 best and fastest wide receivers in the state. And whenever he gets in space, you might look like you have him trapped, but you cannot give him an inch or he'll take it a mile.
Yeah, he just finds all he needs is a little crease, put his foot in the ground, man, and he gets a burst. And Patriots just couldn't quite get there in time. It looked like they had him pinned in there for a second, Drew. They got another 1st down here on their own 42-yard line. Benner back in the game with Rockwell. 2 receivers to each side again. Rockwell back to throw. He swings it out there to Ricardo Lewis. Turns it up inside. Lewis might have picked up 4 yards on the play. Out to about, they're going to mark him at the 46-yard line. So 4-yard gain there for Ricardo Lewis.
Yeah, with about 6 minutes left to go here in this first half, and Jefferson gets the ball first coming out at halftime. Let's see if they'll take a page out of GW's book and try to really eat up this clock right here, see if they put a score on the board before half.
Yeah, I like to see the ball go deep to Lewis, but they're trying to get him involved more with some of these little bubble screens and short intermediates. Rockwell took the high snap, cuts it up the middle, and he gets enough down inside the 50 to about the 47, and that's enough for another Cougars first down.
Again, and shout out to Rockwell for being incredibly athletic, because right there it could have been a disaster. If it was about another inch or two higher, that could have been going 20 yards back in the backfield and really putting Jefferson in bad shape. Again, made a play. He's been a beast.
Yeah, the snap just a little bit high for Jackson, but like you said, Drew, great play on his part. So 2 receivers to each side of the formation. Rockwell going to take it himself to the far side. Right off tackle. Nice gain there on first down of about 4 yards, down inside the 45 to the 43.
And again, they're eating this clock again a little bit too. They're getting the play clock down to about 6 seconds to go, then snapping it. They've already taken off 2 minutes off this clock, and it's a matter of no time to me.
Yeah, the Cougars would love nothing more to run all this time out, score a touchdown, and go into halftime ahead by a score. See if it works out that way.
And what did we say before this game? This game's going to be a game of runs. The momentum's changed hands about 3 times already, and right now it's all in Jefferson's favor if they can keep it.
So Patriots aren't trying to allow anything deep as they got 2 safeties back there. Allen in motion. Another jet sweep to Allen to the outside. There goes Allen. Finds a little crease. Picks up enough for the first down near the 30-yard line. So, man, if you didn't think Tony Allen was healthy before, we are seeing the real Tony Allen tonight.
Yeah, again, I haven't seen this guy since before, Halloween. So just to see him and back to about full strength, really impressive to see. But it looks like there's another flag right there. That's rough.
I tell you, these officials aren't giving anything to the Cougars right now, and we're not questioning officials. We know their job is very tough out there and what they do. But, man, they have really killed every drive so far for the Cougars. They're lucky to be tied here 7-7. That was another big penalty, bring up 2nd and 11 now. So every time Tony's bounced it to the outside, and like you said, Drew, when they had 3rd and short, they bounced it to the outside. You know that's where you typically are going to have a holding call when the receiver or the running back tries to get to the outside. Somebody's trying to seal the edge and grabs a little jersey. So we're 3 receivers here to the near side. Rockwell's going to roll to the near side, looking for a receiver. Has to pump it. Nowhere to go. He does find a man across the field. That's Takeem Drake. Drake breaks the tackle. Down the sideline goes Drake. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 10. So a big play, and again, that's what you get from Jackson Rockwell. He can run around back there, buy himself time, found Takeem Drake cutting back across the other side of the field, and Drake made a really good play, broke off a tackle down the sideline, and now, Drew, the Cougars are knocking on the door again.
And you saw Rockwell was looking at Drake that entire time. He made a defender make play 2, dumped that off, great play.
Handoff goes to Leland Benner straight up the middle. A rare carry there by Benner. He picks up maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Again, and I don't know why they ran that play so fast. You've been eating the clock up, and now you ran that with 23 seconds left on the clock. There's 4 minutes left to go. You cannot give, if you score right here, even 3 or a touchdown, you're going to give them plenty of time to put another bucket on the board themselves. So.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we just talked about it, Drew. You don't want to leave GW too much time on the clock to come back and score. And with that said, there's a timeout on the field, but we're going to stay right here. Is there a? So there isn't a timeout on the field. The teams come out once again.
Yeah, like what?
So 3:54 left to go here in this first half. We're all tied up at 7. It's been a great game so far. More of a defensive game. Starting to see the offense for the Cougars pick up a little bit now as they have the ball 2nd and goal from the 6. And it's going to be Rockwell again fighting his way down inside the 5. Close to about, I'd say they're going to mark him at the 1-yard line, maybe the 2. Going to bring up 3rd down for the Cougars.
Surprised to see GW not try to use a timeout right here. They're going to burn another 30 seconds. It's going to be well underneath 3 minutes before GW gets the ball back, and they're pacing space. I don't know if that's what you want.
Now the Cougars are going to go quickly here as Rockwell lowers his shoulder in for another Cougar touchdown. So Jackson Rockwell takes it in from 2 yards out and now puts the Cougars up 13-7.
Yeah, big play there from Rockwell. Has a passing touchdown on fourth down earlier in this first half, and again puts the team on his back, gets a touchdown. 3:18 left to go here in this first half. Extra point away from making it 14-7, JD.
So Rockamarty on to attempt this extra point. Play clock down to 15. Benner set to hold. Looks like they need one. They're going to snap it anyway. See if they get this play off. They do. The snap, the hold's up, the kick is up, and it's right through. And 3:18 left to go here in this first half. The Cougars have a 14-7 lead over the Patriots, and we're going to take a quick commercial break. Hear a word from our sponsors. You're watching Home Team Sports TV.
Me, General Manager at Ameritech Tire and Auto, here to serve you with all your auto repair and service needs. We are a family-owned business serving our community since 2003. We work on all makes and models from vintage cars and trucks to collectors to today's latest, newest vehicles. So stop in and see us at one of our 2 locations. See you soon.
Here at Home Team Sports TV, we're here to highlight our local businesses and our student athletes and put them on a path to success. Through our social media platforms and our live event production, we look to shine a light on our local community and our talent from our student athletes.
Home Team Sports TV is more than a brand, it's a movement. We're combining creativity.
And welcome back to Home Team Sports. The Cougars put another score on the board to take a lead 14-7 over the George Washington Patriots. Great drive there by the Cougars as Rockwell punches it in from 2 yards out. Rockamarty with another pooch kick there, falling there by number 10 at around the 48-yard line. That's Titan Courts. And the only thing I don't like about that, Drew, is you do the pooch kick again. Obviously, it would have worked the last time. It doesn't work all the time. Now with 3:17, you give the Patriots plenty of time and good field position. I'd like to have seen him kick that ball away.
Yeah, I'm kicking that ball deep. You see Rockamarty, he's kicked it out of the back of the end zone. Not the back of the end zone. It'll roll it to the end zone multiple times this year. And now you just really give them great field position. The way they run the football, they can run the clock out and make this a tie game going to half.
Yeah, I don't know sometimes about the decision making. I don't know. There's not much else I could say about it. Persinger back to throw. He's under a lot of pressure from Andy Roberts. Dumps it off, but it's incomplete there. Looking for Clyde May.
A flag again. They're going to call that pass interference.
Let's see if they get the Cougars on there. I believe that's going to be 8 penalties for the Cougars if it's on Jefferson. We'll wait and see.
I think they're going to wave that off. Nope.
Everything going right in terms of penalties for the GW Patriots, but they do find themselves down 7 points. But I tell you, getting a lot of help from the officials so far in this first half.
Yeah, again, eight penalties to 0 right now. Again, I'm not saying that GW's not playing a really well game and being extremely disciplined, but I think it's relatively close with how it's a little sloppy on both sides in terms of holding and moving on the offensive defensive line. I just hope we see a game that gets called a little bit more fairly in the second half.
So 2 receivers to each side for the Patriots. Jaden Black in the backfield. They're waiting to spot the ball here. Waiting for the whistle. The Patriots had a player report eligible, I believe. I thought 57 is what they said. The man in motion, Samaje Wesley. Lines up here to the near side. Persinger back to throw. He's going deep. He's looking for Kyle Martin. Kyle Martin goes up. It's knocked away by Tony Allen. Martin was there, but great play as Allen came over a little late and was able to knock it away.
Yeah, I think now you're kind of getting out of Persinger's comfort zone right there. You just made him throw into a triple coverage situation. Lucky Tony Allen didn't come up and make an interception right there. Still 2nd and 10, 3:04 left to go in this first half.
Well, I don't know why you'd get away from running the football with the way Jaden Black was running earlier in the game, and now you've tried to throw the ball a couple times and not had success. So if you're Jefferson, you want to see them keep throwing the football.
Of course, that stays away from their strength. That plays right into their pace. I understand you want to keep it, 60-40, but man, I'm running that football.
And the run, there it goes. Right to the outside goes Jaden Black. Picks up 6 on second down. Going to bring up 3rd and 4.
And again, that kind of looked like a hold right there. It looked like he got behind the jersey of, I believe that was Benner right there. I think that was a hold that was missing. Again, GW getting away with a little bit of extra curriculars.
Yeah, Jefferson not getting any home cooking today. So 3rd and 5, we'll say, as handoff goes again to Black, trying to find it, picks his way, does find a little bit of room. Going to be a yard short, so it's going to bring up 4th and 1 now for the Patriots. So I think it's a no-brainer here, 4th and a yard. You're going to go tempo, hand it to Black, see if he can pick up the first down, and that's going to be a timeout. Let's see what they're going to call. They get a timeout before the snap. The Cougars weren't quite ready. We're going to stay right here. Again, we're going to like to thank our sponsors for the game today. Player of the game sponsored, halftime sponsor, West Virginia Real Estate Solutions, is the innovating and streamlining the systems that will shape the future of real estate. It takes approximately 20 hours of behind-the-scenes work to get a transaction from list to close, sign, installation, transaction, coordination, and client management. Let us take care of that and more while you get back out in front of the people to secure the next deal. That's Christy Edwards and Rasan Edwards. Appreciate you guys for stepping up today. 270-6680. Also like to thank Jackie Lewis, owner, a broker from Green Tree Realty, for stepping up as our game sponsor. You can get a hold of them at 876-3737. Also, shout out to the Holmes family, Barry and Teresa, for their contribution for this game tonight as well. So big 4th and 1 now for the Patriots. Drew, I don't think it's going to be to anybody's surprise who's going to get the ball right here. Handoff does go to Jaden Black, picks up the first down, bounces to the outside, picks up about 4 or 5 on the play inside the 30. So they got plenty of time, 2:11. I think the Patriots have all 3 of their timeouts. They have just 2 timeouts. Don't need to be in any big hurry, as they are still going with the tempo offense. Jaden Black again trying to pull his way down inside the 25 to about the 24. Another good 5-6 yards on first down.
Yeah, and right now if you're Jefferson, I mean, I'm stacking that box, and for some reason they score and leave you about a minute. That puts you in really good position.
Again, Jaden Black goes again, and he almost breaks loose, and he does break loose. There goes Jaden Black. Man, they had him stopped 2 different times. He was able to spin his way off of there and might have nearly gotten a first down. I think this would be about 3rd and a yard.
Yeah, great effort there from Tony Allen not to give up on that play, because he was a Tony Allen broke tackle away from dancing in the end zone, and he got him out of bounds to stop the clock right there. Both beneficial for the Cougars.
Man, they got to get a hold of him, get him on the ground. So 3rd and 2 for the Patriots. 1:33 left to go here in the first half. They're going to hand it again to Black, trying to find some room. Not much there. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. To bring up another 4th down and just a little over a yard here.
80 seconds left to go in this half, JD.
They're going to go hurry again. See if Black gets the carry. He does, straight up the middle, and it looks like he's going to be close. Let's see where they mark him.
That's short, JD.
The Cougars are saying it's short. The officials are marking it short. But let's see if they decide to measure. Haven't seen too many measurements in a game this year. And it is going to be a turnover on downs. So the Cougars defense comes up huge with a big stop there right before halftime. 1:05 left to go, Drew. Let's see if Jefferson going to try to put some more points on the board.
Yeah, it's a great stop there from Jefferson. Right there we see Kip Waldeck kind of shaking up, and that's something interesting to see. And he's one of the toughest guys, tough as nails. Hopefully he's healthy enough to keep going. He's still staying out there. But Jefferson has the opportunity to really put a hold on this game.
Yeah, and they get the ball coming out the second half as well.
1 timeout left.
2 receivers to each side for the Cougars. Benner in the backfield with Rockwell. Rockwell's going to roll to the far side, try to find some room, picks up 8 on first down, but they're going to have to pick it up if they want to try to get even anywhere close to Rockamarty's field goal range.
Again, this has been a problem for Jefferson all year. They've had terrible time management. You just let another 20 seconds tick off the clock. You got to get the ball moving right now. You need to have 2 plays already drawn up, and they didn't.
They just haven't gotten. And again, we're going to go with Rockwell on the run again. Nothing there. I'm not sure what. I mean, you're not even making an attempt to get the ball down the field. You're going to have to burn. Well, no, they stopped the clock due to the first down, but the clock is going to start as soon as they get these sticks set.
Here to go.
And the clock starts now. We're under 30 seconds. Rockwell looking to pass, throws across the middle. He's got Tony Allen, bounces off a tackler. There goes Tony, picks up a block there from Machado. Tony's going to get out of bounds and stop the clock inside the 30 to about the 26-yard line. Big play there by Tony Allen.
And you saw the way they were guarding that quarter's coverage. They're leaving the middle open so that they forced Jefferson to call a timeout. Tony Allen made Tony Allen play, got out of bounds. Still have 1 timeout on the clock. Time for about 3 plays, too, if they run the clock right.
Yeah, man, what a great play. What a good find there by Rockwell. Buying some more time, hitting Allen across the middle. Picking up a nice block from Lesdale Machado over there to spring Tony for another 20, 25 yards. And so the Cougars here in business again at the 26. But they are out of timeouts. Snap was high. Rockwell back to throw. He's going to roll to this side. He's going to have to just get rid of it. He does find Ricardo Lewis. There's a flag on the field. It looks like Lewis is out of bounds. But let's see if this one's coming back again against the Cougars. Really? And it is going against the Cougars. They're going to back the sticks up. Let's wait and see. I think that's penalty number 10. I didn't think he was past the line of scrimmage.
It was close, but I thought he stayed just behind. But again, that's 10 penalties for the Cougars, 0 for GW. I mean, they're playing a perfect game, no laundry on the field whatsoever for them.
And the worst part about that is
a legal man downfield. Oh, okay.
They're going to back the Cougars up. 9 seconds came off the clock, so they lost all that yardage and time. So just 8 seconds left to go. At this point, you're going to have to take at least 1 shot to the end zone. Yeah, a big missed opportunity to get some more points there. Again, Drew, another big play nullified by a penalty again. And
right here, I'm getting the ball in space to Tony Allen again. See if he can make a play. You have 8 seconds. You should have time to, if you get down, to call a timeout with about 2 seconds left, get a field goal attempt up at least.
The play clock's running down. They better get the snap off here. Looks like GW is going to call a timeout. We're going to stay here. Drew, we're going to go to you real quick and see if you got any updates for our out-of-town scoreboard.
Yeah, again, we still have no update between University and Huntington. That game's almost at halftime. That is 14-14. There's no other score updates right now. A couple AA and single A games that are going on, but all the rest of the quad A games are tomorrow, Saturday, from 1 to 4 o'clock. And that's pretty much the out-of-town score update.
Appreciate it, Drew. And, getting back to this football game, it's been a back-and-forth game. The Cougars made just a couple extra plays to have a 14-7 lead here over the GW Patriots. And just watch the big play there from Rockwell to Ricardo Lewis get called back. And they're starting again with a 1st and 15. So what do you think you do here, Drew? I mean, the down and distance isn't an issue. With 8 seconds left to go, I think at this point you need to take a shot, at least 1 shot to the end zone. Be lucky if you get a second or 2 left, or maybe you try to get something deeper down the field, get out of bounds with a couple seconds left inside the 20. Maybe give Rockamarty a shot at a field goal.
I know they can't guard Tony Two-Tap right now. I'm getting the ball in his hands again and see if he can do anything, and just tell him you got to get down with at least a second left so he can put at least 3 on the board.
Yeah, I think they're going to probably – I'd say you could take a shot to the end zone, maybe run a 10-yard, 15-yard out, try to get in Rockamarty's range possibly. So Rockwell's going to be back to throw. He's looking across the middle. Down deep. He's going to Takeem Drake. It's picked off in the end zone as the half does expire. Still 1.5 seconds left to go. That's not what the Cougars were looking for as Jackson Rockwell threw into double coverage. And I just don't know why you wouldn't have went to either Tony or Ricardo in that situation. And instead of 3 points or 6 points, the ball goes back over to the Patriots. Not much they can really do with it with just a 1.5 seconds left to go. But again, another big missed opportunity for the Cougars to go up 2 scores here right before the half.
Yeah, again, a turnover and 10 penalties compared to no turnovers and no penalties. I know they're in the lead right now, but if Jefferson doesn't win this game, that's what they're going to look back on and kick themselves with because, again, GW's playing very fundamentally sound. Like, they're not getting a couple of those first downs that they should have had, but they're not committing penalties, they're not turning the ball over, and that's keeping them in this game.
Well, the best thing for the Cougars is they'll get the ball coming out to start the second half. So with that ends the first half here at Cougar Stadium, where Jefferson has a 14-7 lead over the George Washington Patriots. And we're going to take a commercial break. The band's going to come out and play. We'll have some halftime stats and our first half analysis. And we're going to hear a word from our sponsors. You're watching Home Team Sports TV.
Here at Home Team Sports TV, we're here to highlight our local businesses and our student athletes and put them on a path to success. Through our social media platforms and our live event production, we look to shine a light on our local community and our talent from our student athletes.
Home Team Sports TV is more than a brand, it's a movement. We're combining creativity, innovations, and smart solutions for companies of all sizes. With unmatched dedication and community focus, we're proving that the right exposure can lead to a successful future.
And remember,
we are Home Team.
Hey, I'm Jeremiah.
And I'm Braden, and we are Brothers Bin Blasting, your bin blasting all-stars.
A unique sanitizing service begins right after your local trash collection. With a scheduled pickup time and location, we arrive promptly to clean your bins on the spot.
Our advanced 360-degree cleaning heads and pressurized water heated to over 200 degrees ensures a powerful blast blasting away 99% of all germs and bacteria. Visit our website at brosbinblasting.com and use code GETBLASTED to receive 50% off your first cleaning.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality. Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
Hey guys, I'm Kyle with True Performance Fitness. I'm one of the owners here. True Performance Fitness as a whole, we brought this gym to the area and we wanted to bring every walk of fitness in one building. So that's exactly what we did. We have strongman, powerlifting, bodybuilding, CrossFit. We have posing rooms, a full turf, a full track outside. We even have a basketball court. We wanted everything to be under one roof. So that's just kind of the thing that we did. We also went out and we made sure that we got top of the line equipment. We also make sure that all the pads and everything are getting replaced and all the machines are being taken care of properly. That's just something we strive to do for this community. We also like to give back to the community with donations, fundraisers, and other stuff for like kids and the families around. So that's just kind of who we are as a gym, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys.
This is Jimmy, General Manager at Ameritech Tire and Auto, here to serve you with all your auto repair and service needs. We are a family-owned business serving our community since 2003. We work on all makes and models from vintage cars and trucks to collectors to today's latest, newest vehicles. So stop in and see us at one of our 2 locations. See you soon.
Here at Home Team Sports TV, we're here to highlight our local businesses and our student athletes and put them on a path to success. Through our social media platforms and our live event production, we look to shine a light on our local community and our talent from our student athletes.
Home Team Sports TV is more than a brand, it's a movement. We're combining creativity, innovations, and smart solutions for companies of all sizes. With unmatched dedication and community focus, we're proving that the right exposure can lead to a successful future.
And remember,
we are Home Team.
Looking to enhance the beauty of your outdoor space? Look no further than RNL Landscapes. We understand that your outdoor space is more than just a yard. It's a place where memories are made with loved ones and where you find peace and tranquility. Our team of professionals will work closely with you to bring your vision to life. From expert design and installation to meticulous maintenance, we are committed to delivering breathtaking results that will make your neighbors green with envy. With our state-of-the-art equipment, we guarantee exceptional craftsmanship that will withstand the test of time. Contact RNL Landscapes today and let us turn your dreams into reality.
I understand that each client is unique and has their own real estate needs. Whether you are buying, selling, renting, or a seasoned investor, I got your back. My name is Cheryl Yates, an award-winning realtor with ERA Liberty Realty.
I've known Cheryl Yates for over 30 years now, and I've always found her to be the consummate real estate professional. On a personal level, Cheryl has handled 3 sales for us over the past 15 years or so and has done an excellent job on each and every one of them. She communicates extremely well, and you never have to worry about where you're at in the sales process.
What I like about Cheryl is she's dependable, she's on time, she's flexible, and she works hard to get the job done. We had our sales very quickly through Cheryl Yates.
Whatever your real estate needs may be, remember me. I'm the key to buying or selling your home.
Here at Home Team Sports TV, we're here to highlight our local businesses and our student athletes and put them on a path to success. Through our social media platforms and our live event production, we look to shine a light on our local community and our talent from our student athletes.
Home Team Sports TV is more than a brand, it's a movement. We're combining creativity, innovations, and smart solutions for companies of all sizes. With unmatched dedication and community focus, we're proving that the right exposure can lead to a successful future.
And remember,
we are Home Team.
Hey, I'm Jeremiah.
And I'm Braden, and we are Brothers Bin Blasting, your bin blasting all-stars.
A unique sanitizing service begins right after your local trash collection. With a scheduled pickup time and location, we arrive promptly to clean your bins on the spot.
Our advanced 360-degree cleaning heads and pressurized water heated to over 200 degrees ensures a powerful blast blasting away 99% of all germs and bacteria. Visit our website at brosbinblasting.com and use code GETBLASTED to receive 50% off your first cleaning.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality. Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
Hey guys, I'm Kyle with True Performance Fitness. I'm one of the owners here. True Performance Fitness as a whole, we brought this gym to the area and we wanted to bring every walk of fitness in one building. So that's exactly what we did. We have strongman, powerlifting, bodybuilding, CrossFit. We have posing rooms, a full turf, a full track outside. We even have a basketball court. We wanted everything to be under one roof. So that's just kind of the thing that we did. We also went out and we made sure that we got top of the line equipment. We also make sure that all the pads and everything are getting replaced and all the machines are being taken care of properly. That's just something we strive to do for this community. We also like to give back to the community with donations, fundraisers, and other stuff for like kids and the families around. So that's just kind of who we are as a gym, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys.
This is Jimmy, General Manager at Ameritech Tire and Auto, here to serve you with all your auto repair and service needs. We are a family-owned business serving our community since 2003. We work on all makes and models from vintage cars and trucks to collectors to today's latest, newest vehicles. So stop in and see us at one of our 2 locations. See you soon.
And welcome to Home Team Sports, guys. We're up here in the booth, J.D. Fritz, along with Drew Pitzer at the half, where the Cougars have a 14-7 lead over the GW Patriots. And, Drew, a lot going on there in that first half of play. Started off kind of slow, both teams. Thought it was going to be a big defensive battle. It somewhat is. Cougars started to put a couple points on the board. Had an opportunity right there before halftime, but that drive stalled again because of the insurmountable penalties that they've had. And we're not going to get too far into the differential, but it is pretty noticeable how many penalties Jefferson has to, I think pretty close to a big goose egg there for GW. And
it is.
For a team to go a whole half and not have one single penalty is pretty amazing, to say the least,
I mean, that's perfect football right there. You can't ask for any better. And even if you didn't, you might have committed a couple penalties right there. Jefferson is playing so sloppy that they're more obvious with their penalties than what GW is. And that's just the blunt, honest truth. If they want to win this game and move on to the semis, which they've never, ever in the history of Jefferson High School advanced to, this is an immense thing. They have to be so disciplined in the second half, JD, or they won't have a chance of winning this game.
Yeah, we'll go over some first half stats real quick in terms of rushing. We saw Ledbetter go down with an injury. Rockwell pretty much carried the load on the ground for the Cougars, 12 carries, 66 yards, and that touchdown to put the Cougars up. Also, Jaden Black for the Patriots, 21 carries already in a first half, 81 yards for Jaden there on the ground, nearly averaging 4 yards a carry. Rockwell 4 for 6, 118 yards and a touchdown passing. Persinger threw a couple passes, no completions so far in the half. Jefferson has a total of, let me go back. Tony Allen has 2 catches, 64 yards and a touchdown. Penalties, Jefferson 9 for 81, GW 0. So I just got the official stats right here. GW does not have a penalty so far in this first half. Jefferson 223 total yards to GW's 94. So definitely a little lopsided on the yardage, but definitely lopsided in the penalty category for the Cougars. So something they're going to have to clean up here at the half, and they get the ball coming out the second half. So hopefully they can turn it up. Drew, what are your keys there for both teams here? What's GW got to do to kind of get back in this game?
Again, and before we get in, I think the officials have to control this game a little bit, because I did see some things going on at the end of plays. We know the officials have the toughest job in America. We just hope that the second half could be a little bit cleaner. But GW's big keys that they have to be able to do to get back in this game, again, it's 14-7, and they've dominated time of possession pretty much throughout. They just only have one score to show for it. They're getting yards and everything. They're just not putting points on the board, and that's shout out to Coach Phil Keller's defense. But they really have to contain Rockwell and Tony Allen. If they don't do that, they don't have a chance, and that's really my only key for them.
Yeah, and while we have a moment, you mentioned the officials and some of the calls lopsided, and we don't know what's going on. We have WVSSAC officials. If you're interested in becoming a football official, you love the game, you want to be a part of the action, you want to make a difference on the field, earn some extra income, also staying connected to the game. You can get apply to be an official. I mean, if you're interested in learning more about being officiating, or you would like to register for the 2026 training class, please contact the EPFOA president, Jeff Dodd, via email at jeffdref@yahoo.com, JEFFDREF@yahoo.com. So these guys always, take a lot of flack, from not only the coaches, some of the players, the guys up here in the media, us in the booth, but it's not an easy job by any means. And, so right here, if you're interested in being official, it's easy to make calls from the stands, it's easy to sit up there and be like an armchair quarterback and think you saw a call here, you saw a call there. We don't necessarily have the right to say too much on officials. Now, sometimes it's really obvious. And tonight, obviously, the numbers speak for themselves. 9 penalties to 0. So not saying that the officials have missed some calls, but there's a possibility that they've maybe missed a few on GW's side.
And again, if we're down there, we're probably making the same mistakes. It's not easy at all, and we really want you to relate that. I wrote an article back in the summertime about these officials and what they go through, and the population is just dwindling on them, and it's because of people who really get on them. And at the end of the day, these guys don't care who wins these games, JD. They just want to be here so the kids have this type of environment like they have right now, 14-7 game at halftime. They're doing the best they can, and we know that. We want to shout out the officials. Thank you guys for doing everything you're doing.
Yeah, and I have a friend that's an official, Jess Howard. Shout out to you, young lady. She has seen quite a few things happen in some games this past year as an official, and especially a female official. There's not a lot of female officials out there, and some of these ladies, they, for the better part of, they take sometimes they get harassed, and it's not a fun place to be in. They're out here to enjoy being around the football game, and so it's not an easy job. And like I said, I'll make this announcement again later about if you're interested in possibly becoming an official here in the state of West Virginia. But the second half getting ready to start. Drew, and I'll go to you real quick to see if you have an update, on our out-of-town scoreboard here before the kickoff of the second half.
Again, Spring Mills and Morgantown, they play tomorrow at 1. You have Martinsburg and Wheeling Park playing tomorrow at 4 o'clock. And then today, there's only one other game, and that is Huntington versus University. And right now, Huntington is up 21-14. That is currently at halftime. Kickoff's about to happen for the second half. University gets ball first in the second half. So 2 great quarterfinal games already, JD.
Yeah, and the Cougars will get the ball first here in the second half of this second round game here. A little squib kick on the ground goes to Carson Olerking, who's been relatively quiet, haven't called his name much. He was replaced there by Jackson Rockwell on defense, hasn't been involved in the offense that much. Hopefully they can turn it up and get some of these other guys involved. Tony obviously has been involved quite a bit. Looks like we're going to have a re-kick here, so I'm not sure.
It's the first penalty of the game on GW. There we go. I see. I think that was the right call. You had somebody leaning, trying to get off the ball first, see if they can get that little pooch kick. Officials saw that again. They're giving their best effort, JD.
Yeah, maybe they got the numbers too on the penalty situation. I don't know.
But again, Jefferson was playing sloppy though. Like at the end of the day, there were most of those penalties were actually correct penalties. But
right, yes.
GW is committing a lot of the same things. It should be like almost the ones that offside. But, again, they're seeing it one way, and Jefferson has to just clean up, be more disciplined here in this second half.
Well, they have to reset the clock. They ran it. Yeah, there we go. Jefferson, we'll see if they decide to kick it away. Theodore Smith on to kick it for the Patriots. Back deep for the Cougars. Let's deal Machado. A little pooch kick. Fair caught there by Olerking. The Cougars will start here in the second half at the 42-yard line. Looking to kind of pick up there, Drew, where they left off in the first half. Of course, other than a couple time management, issues and penalties, they did look pretty good on offense in some of the plays. I do like the passing game was running. Rockwell found Tony Allen on several passing plays. He also found Takeem Drake across the middle. So they did hit on a couple big plays, resulted in 2 touchdowns. Let's see if they can kind of continue that same trend here in the second half. So 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Handoff's going to go to Benner straight up the middle. Benner will pick up about 3 on first down out to the 45.
I think it's important Jefferson doesn't get too conservative right here. I know Benner can get you 3 or 4 yards right there and get you into a second and a medium where you really want to be at. But, again, you have 2 guys right now that are absolutely on fire with Rockwell and Allen. I'm keeping the ball in their hands every single play. This is win or go home, JD.
Well, Benner comes out and Andy Roberts into the game. We saw him get a couple carries a few weeks ago against the Washington Patriots. Looked pretty good running the football. They expect him maybe to be the man in the backfield next year as Roberts will take the handoff, bounces it inside the 50, down to the 48 goes Andy Roberts, still pushing his way. Haven't blowed the whistle yet. Is Roberts still down, comes out fired up. You got to be kidding me. Andy Roberts, who's typically a beast on defense, and he shows that emotion and aggression. But now we're seeing it on the offensive side now, Drew.
JD, there's just something about running the football in late November, and you're getting that first down when you should have been 5 yards short. Oh, that just pumps me up, man. I love football.
Well, let's see if Andy can carry the load here in place of Ledbetter. Roberts again with the carry straight up the middle, picks up a nice gain on first down down to the 45.
I like what Jefferson's drawing up right here, though, JD. They're really pounding the football now. Again, taking the play out of the GW's playbook. If they stay disciplined, they can run the football like this. They can put this game really in a chokehold.
Bennett back in now. They're going to try to rotate, I guess, him and Allen a little bit. I'd love to see, or excuse me, not Allen, but Roberts. I'd love to see Roberts get, a handful of carries here on this series as Rockwell's going to take it to the outside. He's got some room out there. Goes Jackson Rockwell, lowers his shoulder, dives forward. It's got enough for the Cougar first down. They're going to mark him at the 37. So, again, the chains moving for the Cougars. And back.
And you know what it's kind of a shame is, JD, I know you kind of spoke on the time management that they had at the end of that first half. Imagine if they would have put just 3 on the board. If they score a touchdown right here, it could have easily been a 24-7 game, and that really puts us almost out of reach for the way GW plays.
Again, Roberts back into the game for the Cougars at running back. The man in motion is Tony Allen. They fake the jet sweep, hand it to Roberts. Roberts finds a room down across the middle, now near about the 22-yard line. So a nice play on the fake jet sweep to Allen, and the handoff to Roberts straight up the middle for another Cougars first down, and they've got something going here now with Andy Roberts running the football.
How does Jefferson just continue to plug and play these running backs? It's almost like they got 3 All-State guys back to back to back.
The ball on the 22. Handoff again goes Roberts, trying to find some running room there. Might have gotten down to the 20. Not much there. Give him about a yard, bring up second down.
And I like that, but again, you see the fatigue. He's just a junior still. Got a lot of time hold next season, but Andy Roberts' development and the way that he's been playing, actually I believe he's just a sophomore, so he's still got so much time left to go.
Yeah, he's definitely a young, talented young man. He stepped in this year to the starting role at middle linebacker, has done a great job, leads the team in tackles this year. Now stepping up for the injured Trayvon Ledbetter. So 2 receivers here to the near side. Roberts again in the backfield. Handoff goes to Roberts straight up the middle. He bounces outside. There goes Andy Roberts. He's inside the 10, inside the 5, close to the goal line. Let's see where they mark Andy. They're going to mark him down at the 2. So, man, the Cougars might have found something special here in Andy Roberts running the football. And, Drew, it looks like they're going to go a little tempo here.
I like it. See if they can score quick.
Roberts again going to push his way, try to get into the end zone. Let's see if he does get across. No, they're going to mark him just shy of the goal line to bring up second down, and very, very short.
I wish we had replay just in that situation right there, because I'm pretty sure he reached his arm across the goal line. Maybe the official didn't see it, but it looked like from my view he just reached the ball across the plane.
Roberts, nope. It's going to be Rockwell again. Takes the handoff, dives across the goal line, in for the Cougars. Touchdown to put these guys up 2 scores to make it 20-7 Jefferson.
Oh, man, this Jefferson team is looking extremely dangerous. That drive right there, they did something that they typically don't do. Tony Allen didn't touch the football one time that whole possession.
Yeah, they didn't throw the ball. It was just Roberts, and then Rockwell hit him there with across the goal line. I was kind of wanting to see there Andy. He was the one that kind of was the workhorse on that drive. It was like to see Andy get his varsity touchdown there. So Rockamarty on the kick. This all-important extra point here is Benner is going to hold it. Looks like a little movement there. Offsides, they're going to call. The kick is up, and it's good. Let's see. Yeah, Drew, let's see if they do decide to go for 2 if this is offsides on the Patriots.
I mean, that's just a little bit of gamemanship. I think Coach Hunter realized this team could probably put another score on the board. You go for 2 right here. They have to get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So it just whole other element. This game's a game of chess, but you just saw Rockwell and Coach Hunter dap up, have a really good moment down there on the sideline. You can see 0-4 was a really long time ago here in Jefferson High School.
So they stay with the field goal unit. High snap. Rockamarty does kick it up, and it's good. So with 8:10 left to go here in this third quarter, the Cougars are now up 21-7 over the Patriots. And we're going to take a commercial break and hear a word from our sponsors. You're watching Home Team Sports TV.
Here at Home Team Sports TV, we're here to highlight our local businesses and our student athletes and put them on a path to success. Through our social media platforms and our live event production, we look to shine a light on our local community and our talent from our student athletes.
Home Team Sports TV is more than a brand, it's a movement. We're combining creativity, innovations, and smart solutions for companies of all sizes. With unmatched dedication and community focus, we're proving that the right exposure can lead to a successful future.
And remember,
we are Home Team.
Looking to enhance the beauty.
And welcome back to Home Team Sports TV. Jefferson takes a 2-score lead, 21-7, as Rockwell dives across the goal line from a yard out for the score to give him 2 rushing touchdowns here in the game tonight. And Jefferson came out firing, Drew, looking good on that first drive of the second half.
That possession right there made Jefferson look like a state championship contender. And to this point, I didn't think that they were. The way they're playing right now, if they can close this game out, I wouldn't want to play this Cougar team.
Rockamarty kicks it deep. Jamari Smith with the return runs right into a Cougar there at around the 29-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 30, giving forward progress. And this is where GW now kind of dug themselves a little hole, down 2 scores. Let's see what Cy Persinger and this offense can do.
This guy's a senior who hasn't lost a lot of games, only lost 2 games this year. You have one of the best running backs in the state. If Jefferson lets off the gas right now, just what they did against Hurricane last year, JD, they were up 14-0, ended up losing that game 57-14. They can't give up at all right now. They got to keep their foot on the pedal.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. As GW from the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Direct snap here to Jaden Black to the near side. Finds a little running room down that sideline there near the 50-yard line. They're going to mark him, say he stepped out at the 46. But a great run there by Jaden Black.
And Kid Waldeck makes a tackle right there and comes shaking up and said, checks himself out of the game. I've never seen him do that. Hopefully he's okay. I know he was kind of beat up there at the end of the first half too.
Yeah, it looked like he got hit in the head, fell on his head. And as the temperatures start to drop, that turf gets a little harder to fall on. So good run by Black. 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Empty set in the backfield. Persinger back to throw. He's got a man here. Samaje Wesley makes the catch. Nice move. Shakes off a tackler and out of bounds inside the 50. They're going to mark him at the 47-yard line. Picks up about 7 yards on 1st down. Give him 8.
And JD, we both know that momentum is a fickle thing. So right now Jefferson has all of it. They have everything on their side. If GW is able to score right here, that puts a lot of pressure back on Jefferson. This possession right here is the biggest one of the game.
Yeah, I agree again, Drew. I mean, you're right. All your points are right on the money. And, Jefferson needs a big stop. Get the ball back and be up 2 scores would be huge for Jefferson, and then just really deflating for the Patriots. But looking good so far. Persinger again, back to throw. He's going deep. Looking for Samaje Wesley. He's got Wesley open, and he's in for the score as he beat Jackson Rockwell. 46 yards from Persinger to Wesley.
And give a shout out there to Persinger. Again, he was my player to watch for coming into this game. I knew that he was going to do something with the football if he had the opportunity. He's not much of a runner, but he got to sit back there. Rockwell bit on the fake. Ended up throwing that over the top. Touchdown. Again, what I say about momentum, it could change real quick. 7:30 left to go. Just a 1-score game.
Yeah, and it took them all of just, a little over a minute, less than a minute. 8-10, they scored that game. Less than a minute to score that touchdown. So not good for the Cougars. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 7:36 left to go, the GW Patriots pull within 7, 21-14. And we're going to thank some more of our sponsors here as we have our Home Team Sports sponsors, KRO Law, Ameritech Tire and Auto, Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, ERA Liberty Realty, call Cheryl Yates, Benchwarmer Sports Bar and Grill, Cookies and Milk Daycare, True Performance Fitness, Brothers Ben Blasting, VFW Post 3522. If you are wanting to advertise your business, reach out to us at 571-520-5634. Or you can go to hometeamsportstv.com or message us on Facebook. So, Drew, that was, very impressive there by GW. They didn't waver. They down 2 scores. They could have folded right then and there. But this is the playoffs, and very competitive game so far in the first half. And they came firing right back and put a score on the board.
Yeah, what I just say about Jefferson, if they able to win this game, don't want to play them, I don't want to play this GW team either.
A little onside kick there, taken by number 15, Chaim Alvera. So Cougars will take over there right around their 46-yard line.
And I just said last possession was the biggest possession of the season for both sides. And, again, it pays true. GW did their part. They put the points on the board. All the pressure now is switched right back on Jefferson.
Well, we're going to see if we get that shootout that we expected maybe from the beginning of the game. A little more of a defensive battle, especially early in the first half. Let's see if we pick up some scoring here as Roberts takes the handoff, and he's swallowed up there. Ball comes out. GW's looking and says they've got the football. As Andy Roberts was stripped. Number 66 there on the stop.
I think Andy's got it still.
James Payne. Looks like there's a skirmish on the field, seeing who's going to get the ball.
Yep, turnover.
No signal yet. And it is recovered by the GW Patriots. So big mistake there by the Cougars. And now you want to talk about momentum. All the momentum has now quickly shifted right back over to the Patriots, Drew.
And one of my keys for both sides is the game of runs. Who's going to be mentally tougher? In the first half, GW, they didn't have any penalties, no turnovers other than a turnover on downs. You know, you saw multiple penalties and an interception there by Rockwell. Right now, GW's been playing like the more disciplined team, and usually those are the teams that win the game.
Yeah, and if you're Andy Roberts, you just got to shake that off. It's tough. Penetration got through. They wrapped Andy. Somebody had Andy wrapped up. Another person came in. Looks like they probably stripped the ball. It's a tough situation to be in. You know, you can't really blame him a whole lot. Just got to try to cover up that ball as best you can. So 1st and 10 now for the Patriots from the Cougars' 44-yard line as man go in motion. That's May. Little jet sweep to Clyde May. Good pressure there. And there's Andy Roberts coming up, making up for that lost ball on the fumble as he drops May back for a loss of about 3.
And, you know, you realize the character of somebody when something doesn't go right. You know, Andy Roberts, again, could have hung his head, could have been sulking on the sideline. Guess what? He's out there. He makes the play. That's a football player right there, JD.
He absolutely is a football player, and you can do it on both sides of the ball and shake that off and come in there and use that as motivation to make a play on defense. You got to love a guy like that.
Man, those are my favorite type of people. Like, people that get knocked down and just get right back up. That's who I love to see, and Andy Roberts is the epitome of that.
We'll see if they got something going here in the passing game. 3 receivers here to the near side. Jamari Smith is Persinger back to throw again, looking for somebody. Roll it out to the far side. High catch. It does. Jaden Black makes the catch out of the backfield. Looked like a high pass. Black was able to snag it, turn and run for a big first down, and now they've got the ball moving again, Drew.
Again, we just spoke on momentum and how quick it changes. Jefferson's got to squeeze and get it back. That could have been an opportunity right there for them. Instead, the momentum just grows for GW.
So 3 receivers again here to the near side. Man in backfield was Black. They're setting up a screen, and it's nearly picked off by Alvera. Thought he had one, but man.
Jaden Black knocked that away right there.
Yeah, I think he did, and Jefferson just missing out just that much on some opportunities. We saw that in the first half, an onside kick and an interception as well there. Chaim just missed an opportunity to get a pick for himself.
And again, Jefferson's going to kick themselves. This game right here, they're better than GW. Just personally, if you watch them play. But the turnovers and the penalties and not the 50-50 balls they're not getting, that's just hurting them so much.
2nd and 10, Wesley in motion. Black in the backfield. Handoff looks like we're going to get a penalty. It's going to be a false start, I think, against the Patriots. So now starting to pick up a few penalties against GW as the crowd. You hear a crowd cheer from the crowd.
That's home cooking for you.
Yeah, I tell you, man. So bring up 2nd and about, let's see, 16, 15. Oh, it was 2nd and was it? Yeah, it was 2nd and 10. So 2nd and 15.
Jefferson get all the momentum back in one play. That's how this game works, though. I mean, if they're able to force a turnover right here, especially 6 minutes left to go.
3 receivers. Wesley in motion here to the near side. Circles back behind Persinger, trying to get the Cougars to jump off sides. Don't quite do it. The handoff goes to Black. Nothing there as the Cougars defense stands strong. Black might have lost a yard on the play.
Yeah, it looked like everybody was in there. And, again, we see another play. That might be Frank Turk, who got kind of beat up right there. Unfortunately, yeah, he comes up hobbling, but he's still staying on the feet. And, man, Jefferson's been bit by this injury bug this year all season long, and they're now kind of have a little bit of health to them, still just getting really beat up in this game.
Yeah, we heard at halftime Frank Turk is in playing defense right now because Isaiah Simmons-Kelly is out, went through the concussion protocol, so we'll wait and see what his status is for the rest of this game. Is big 3rd down and 16 now. Persinger slings it to the middle. He's got Kyle Martin stacked up there, picks up about 5, but a lot of Cougars in on the tackle, getting a lot of hats on the football. Bring up 4th and 10 now for the Patriots.
And Jefferson just got so lucky right there because that was a hook and ladder play to Jaden Black. He was running right beside him. He was about to pitch it, but made a smart decision because it could have been a turnover, but that could have also been a huge play for GW.
And we've seen a lot of those hook and ladders this year. Saw them in college. I think I saw one in the game, NFL game a few days ago.
Yeah.
Monday. I think it might have been Monday night's game. And then we saw one of our plays of the week this year was Harper's Ferry. I think Harper's Ferry had a hook and ladder for a touchdown. So that play seems like it's coming back. As big 4th down here. 4th and 10 now for the Patriots. Persinger back to throw. Looking for his man. He's going deep. He's got Jamari. This thing is picked off by Tony Allen in the end zone for a touchback. The Cougars hold strong, and they'll come out to the 20. Man, what a play there by Tony Allen Jr.
I mean, a great play, a terrific play right there, but the smart play would have been to knock that away. You could have took the ball over at the 35. Instead, you're at the 20. Regardless, Tony said, I'm taking that ball. Nobody else is getting it right here. Huge play, 4:33 left to go in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Persinger looking for Jamari Smith, kind of threw it up in double coverage, allowed Tony to come over with his speed. That ball hung up there a little bit too long. Tony came over and made a great play on the football. And they're saying that he was down. He caught the ball, was down. There's no way.
So catching that actually is so much worse now than being a touchback because you are down whenever your knee hits the ground in high school football.
I thought he didn't catch it until he was in the end zone. We have to go back and look at that. It looked like he might have didn't have the ball completely, but man, dangerous situation here to be in. Definitely got the turnover, and that's a plus for the Cougars, but now you're backed all the way up to your 1-yard line. Trying to get the Patriots to jump off sides.
Getting a delay game right now would be probably meaningless, so I'm trying to get them jump at least once.
Under 10 seconds here on the play clock. Rockwell's back to throw. He's trying to find somebody, takes off and runs with it. Nice gain, finally gets out of the hole there. Picks up about 7 yards on 1st down. So Rockwell, very slick, kind of slow played that. Was looking for Takeem Drake to try to make a move. Drake kind of just ran his little quick hitch, stood there, and Rockwell had to take off and run with it, but did manage to pick up 5 or 6 yards on the play.
Clyde May right there, his helmet number 3 came off. He made the tackle. Technically, he's supposed to be out on this play, but they're letting him stick in. I like that they are, but at the end of the day, that's the rules. He should be out this play.
So 2nd and 4 now for the Cougars. A little bit of breathing room here as they got 2 receivers to the near side. Tony Allen goes in motion. Rockwell fakes to Allen up the middle. Picked up about 2 more yards. So a big 3rd and a yard now for the Cougars. I think this is even bigger 3rd down here for the Patriots.
Also the biggest 3rd down of the season for GW. They have to get this stop right here because, again, if you're Jefferson, you get a 1st down right here, you can realistically take it down to the 4th quarter before giving them the ball back. This is another huge opportunity for the Cougars.
We'll see if Roberts gets the carry or if Rockwell will keep it himself. They are going to give it to Andy Roberts, and he's stuffed, blown up there. We'll see. He's going to be close.
4th down.
They're going to mark him short, but, man, you're so close. At
First
what
down.
point?
They just gave it to him.
At what point do you ask for a measurement? You know?
The back judge is saying that is a 1st down.
Well, yeah, they're starting to. They did. They're moving the chains. Okay.
I knew it wasn't crazy, JD. I saw what he was saying.
Well, the yard marker was still showing 4.
You're right.
I couldn't tell. And so that's a huge 1st down for the Cougars as they finally got out from their own goal line. Rockwell going to roll to the far side. Finds a little room. There goes Jackson Rockwell out to the 30-yard line before he's tackled there but another big first down for the Cougars, and Jackson Rockwell looking really good right now, Drew.
Yeah, again, I think if Jackson Rockwell starts the first 4 weeks of the season, he's one of the top 3 candidates for the Kennedy Award, and I will live on that trail. He's done so much for this Cougars team. He's drugged them out of an 0-4 start. I tell you what, this kid has been phenomenal. He should get his flowers and his due.
Yeah, I can't argue with that at all, Drew. I think I'm in agreement with you there. It's 1st and 10. Ball's on the 32-yard line. Roberts in the backfield. Gonna roll this way. Rockwell trying to find some running room. Nothing there. A little awkwardly fell there. Number 66 coming in there. They're going to have to get him blocked because he came in there when Andy fumbled the ball and blew that play up. So Rockwell just did get back to the line of scrimmage to bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, again, you see the big fella right there. That's James Payne. Like kind of looked like somebody that just clogs up a bunch of stuff right there. There was just nowhere anybody can go. Jackson Rockwell, really elusive, but whenever you can't get out of the big fella's way, it's just going to be hard for you to do anything.
Yeah, they got a big defensive front there. Payne leading the way. 2nd and 10 now for the Cougars. They got 2 receivers here to the near side. Rockwell again going to take it himself, trying to find some room to the outside. Not much there. Picks up about a yard. And going to be another big 3rd and long now, Drew.
Yeah, and you see GW starting to stack the box right there. And who hasn't touched the ball since the second half started? The guy that's in number 2, Tony Allen. Right now, you get him a chance with the ball in space.
Yeah, this is something we went back to the first week, second week, third week of the season. And then you do start getting Tony the ball, and then he gets hurt. So I don't understand why you're not giving Tony the football. It's been Jackson, Rockwell this whole entire time. Though Jackson has done well, you don't want to start to become one-dimensional.
Of course, I completely agree.
And if GW starts to see that, they're going to start keying more on Jackson Rockwell, as now they have a 3rd and 8. Rockwell again going to roll here to the near side. He's going to have to tuck it and roll again. There goes Rockwell. He lunges forward. Going to be close to a 1st down. They do mark him, give him enough for another Cougar 1st down. That's going to move the chains again, Drew.
Just Baker Mayfield S right there. I tell you what, Jackson Rockwell is gritty. I know we say that a lot of players. Yep. That kid is a gritty football player, and that should take us down to the end of this 3rd quarter, JD.
Yeah, and I would think the Cougars will be just content to let this time run out. We'll go to this 4th quarter. We switch ends of the field as he's talking to the official there. But again, even with the jet sweeps, they worked earlier in the first half. Just got to stop with the holdings and stuff like that. But get Tony back involved in this football game. Try to get yourselves back up 2 scores again, and we will see what's going to happen here the rest of this half. And 4th quarter coming up, guys. 21-14, Jefferson over GW. We're going to take a commercial break and hear a word from our sponsors. You're watching Home Team Sports TV.
Your outdoor space, look no further than RNL Landscapes. We understand that your outdoor space is more than just a yard. It's a place where memories are made with loved ones and where you find peace and tranquility. Our team of professionals will work closely with you to bring your vision to life. From expert design and installation to meticulous maintenance, we are committed to delivering breathtaking results that will make your neighbors green with envy. With our state-of-the-art equipment, we guarantee exceptional craftsmanship that will withstand the test of time. Contact RNL Landscapes today and let us turn your dreams into reality.
I understand that each.
And we are back here, Home Team Sports TV. Cougars have a 21-14 lead over the GW Patriots. We'd like to thank our game day sponsor, Jackie Lewis, owner and broker, Green Tree Realty out of Shepherdstown, 876-3737. If you're interested in buying a new home or just a home in general, reach out to Miss Jackie Lewis. Also like to shout out the Holmes family, Barry and Teresa, for their contribution tonight for tonight's game as well. We appreciate you guys. And Rasan Edwards and Christy Edwards, West Virginia Real Estate Solutions, 304-270-6680. Back to action here. Here's that formation. 4 receivers set here to the near side for the Cougars. Empty set in the backfield for Rockwell. Rockwell throws it to Tony on the backside. Picks up another 1st down over the Cougars. He's inside the 45 to about the 44, but they're going to mark him. Sometimes I think the officials just mark them where it's easiest. If they're close to the line, they mark them at the line. You know what I mean? So it looked like he did catch the ball and fall forward to the 44, but the ball's on the 45, 1st and 10 for the Cougars.
They love that set, though, again, with Tony Allen, the solo side receiver. And, look, now you have Ricardo Lewis with a one-on-one matchup.
Yep, and I was just pointing that out, Drew. I would take my shot first down right here. You got Ricardo one-on-one. You know, this is where I think you could get an opportunity to hit on a big play.
He's 3 inches taller. And, again, you know, that's no disrespect. You know, number 6, Jamari Smith, he's made some plays, but, man.
Andy Roberts with a nice run up the middle for about 5 on first down. We're going to get a penalty here. A little bit of extracurricular going on. We're going to wait and see who this penalty's on. But these officials are not playing around tonight.
Yeah, it's on number 6, 7. And it looks like that is Grant Hensel. Hopefully it looks like it's going to be a personal foul.
Yeah, GW can't afford to start having these penalties start adding up. We saw that kind of in the first half with the Cougars, and now GW's getting hit with some of their own penalties, and this could be big as this game starts to wind down here in this fourth quarter. Cougars have a 1-score lead, knocking on the door again. 15-yard face mask penalty against the Patriots.
And you saw that third quarter. It was about 6 minutes. The first 6 minutes, Jefferson won that quarter. In the last 6 minutes, GW really dominated. And now Jefferson really just has an opportunity now to go up 2 scores against the offense that doesn't want to score too fast.
Benner still, Roberts is in at running back. Benner is still the up back. Got a single receiver here to the near side is Ricardo Lewis. And again, this is the perfect spot to take your shot here on the 25-yard line. I would take my shot right now to Lewis.
Again, they must really respect the Billy Smith brings as a cover corner, because I would too.
You hit him with a double move real quick here. Roberts in the backfield, 2 receivers to the far side. Benner in motion. The handoff goes to Roberts, trying to find some room. Andy Roberts pushing his way forward inside the 20 to about the 19-yard line. Good run there by Andy Roberts on first down.
Yeah, as this game's about to get underneath in the single digits in terms of minutes. Andy Roberts had a fumble, then he made 2 big plays and another big run right there on first down to put it as second manageable. I just love the way this kid plays football, JD.
Yeah, it's just all about effort.
Yeah.
That's what it is with Andy Roberts. Andy not necessarily the biggest guy in the world.
Most talented either.
And but he gives you the effort. He lays it out on the field every single night. And that's why he's one of the best players on this football team.
Yeah, no doubt. He is a very skilled player because he created that skill. He wasn't born naturally with that. This guy has been developed.
2nd and 4 for the Cougars from the 19. Handoff again goes to Andy. Bounces it outside. Stiff arms the man. Andy's still on his feet. Trying to make a move inside the 15 to about the 12-yard line goes Andy Roberts. And another first down for the Cougars, Drew.
Yeah, again, we've had him up here as the ACS player of the game. At one time for over, about 15 tackles he had on defense. Right now, his impact on the offensive side of the ball, this is a breakout game for Andy Roberts. He'll be one of the big reasons if Jefferson finds a way to win. You give him a lot of credit.
Yeah, we'll be looking for a player of the game. Andy gets one in here. We've never had somebody up in the booth that's been the player of the game on offense and on defense.
Yeah.
It's been interesting. Although Rockwell's had a great game, he's got 2 scores, basically carried the load, so it'd be hard to maybe take it away from Rockwell, but we'll have to see what happens here. Just inside of 9 minutes here. Receiver to each side for the Cougars. Roberts with a jet sweep pitch there to Jakeem Drake. Picks up a block from Andy Roberts. Drake looking for some room. Nice gain there on first down. Inside the 10, down close to the 5. I think they're going to mark him right at the 5-yard line.
2nd and short right here. Man, if I'm Jefferson, take your time. There's 40 seconds going to come off this clock right now, and that's going to take you underneath 8 minutes. I'm letting every single second tick. I mean, you have issues running to hurry up and letting the clock tick off anyway. Might as well let it tick when you really want it to.
Yeah, and still, like you said, Drew, Tony Allen with 0 touches.
He has one. Yep.
Well, he has the interception, which was huge, but just not really involving him in the game. Not sure if they still want to just be easy with the ankle, but if you're 100%, you're 100%, right? Man in motion is Benner. Handoff goes to Roberts. Roberts trying to find some room. He's hauled down there. Again, number 66 just grabs what he can, and he's just such a big guy. And when he gets a hold of you with his big bare hands, man, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, they say he's 6'3", 265. I think that kid's touching 300 pounds. Let's be real. He's got to be in the 300s the way he's still moving. He's incredibly agile for his size. But
he towers over everyone. He looks like he's more like 6'5".
Yeah.
Out there to me is huge. Somebody needs to get that guy blocked out there. They're having a little bit of problem with him.
It's a 3rd and 2 right here, JD.
See what they do here. If there's going to be Roberts, Rockwell, Benner in motion. It's going to be Rockwell. Rockwell straight up the middle, lowers the shoulder pad. Rockwell into the end zone for the Cougars touchdown. And we have a flag.
I think they're going to call that on Rockwell for the celebration.
Well, maybe so. You got to keep your composure. But the touchdown should stand.
Yeah, I mean, again, Rockwell, he stepped over. I mean, that was part of his celebration. It kind of looked at what Allen Iverson did back in the 0-1 finals. You just can't do that, unfortunately. The kid's too talented. Sometimes he's his own worst enemy. We see so much talent in that guy, don't we, JD?
Yeah, you don't want to put a black cloud over just a good play you just scored. Could potentially be the winning, touchdown that wins you this football game as the Cougars take a 27-14 lead over the George Washington Patriots, and Antonio Roccamarty is on to kick the extra point. So are they going to mark the extra point off 15 yards here, or will that be marked off on the kickoff?
So that is his first personal foul. If Jackson Rockwell gets one more personal foul, he is ejected from this game and ineligible to play in the next one.
Yeah, so he's got to be very, very careful of that. Snap the hold, and the kick is up, and it is good. 7:14 left to go here in the ball game. Cougars take a 2-score lead, 28-14 over the Patriots, and we're going to take a quick commercial break and hear a word from our sponsors. You're watching Home Team Sports TV.
Client is unique and has their own real estate needs. Whether you are buying, selling, renting, or a seasoned investor, I got your back. My name is Cheryl Yates, an award-winning realtor with ERA Liberty Realty.
I've known Cheryl Yates for over 30 years now, and I've always found her to be the consummate real estate professional. On a personal level, Cheryl has handled 3 sales for us over the past 15 years or so and has done an excellent job on each and every one of them. She communicates extremely well, and you never have to worry about where you're at in the sales process.
What I like about Cheryl is she's dependable, she's on time, she's flexible, and she works hard to get the job done. We had our sales very quickly through Cheryl Yates.
Whatever your real estate needs may be, remember me. I'm the key to buying or selling your home.
And we are back, Home Team Sports TV. J.D. Fritz along with Drew Pitzer. The Cougars go up another score over the GW Patriots, man. Rockwell's been just on fire as he puts another one across. I think that's 3 rushing touchdowns. He's got a passing touchdown as well. So looks like he's inching closer and closer to another Home Team Sports player of the game. So
6 of them.
Yeah, he's been up here quite a bit this year. And but he's got to be careful. He did have that personal foul. One more would put him out of this game and the next one. So assuming that Jefferson moves on to next week's semifinals, definitely want to have Jackson Rockwell in there.
Again, and the play right there, I think that was a little petty. But at the end of the day, you have to control the game. It was definitely a disrespectful play to the opposing player. You just can't do that at this level. Right call by the officials. Let's see Jefferson clean it up. There's 7:14 left away from going to the semis for first time in school history.
So Roccamarty kicking away from the 25. Nice kick there by Roccamarty, taken by Jamari Smith. He's out to the 40, looking for some room there. Not much else as he's stacked up about the 43-yard line. So we'll see what GW comes out with here. Down 2 scores, just a little over 7 minutes to go. So they've got some work to do. Definitely not impossible by any means because we know this team can score pretty quick, Drew.
Again, they were down 2 scores with 5 minutes left to go at home against this Jefferson team, and they stormed all the way back and with the opportunity to win it in regulation. So you cannot count out this GW team yet. They just scored in 18 seconds on the last possession. Let's see what they do here.
They start with 3 receivers. We're going to start with a penalty.
Timeout, actually.
Oh, it's going to be a timeout, sorry. The timeout's on the field, and while we've got a timeout, we're going to stay here. Drew, we're going to go to our out-of-town scoreboard. I know you got some updates for us. What do you got?
Again, we have an upset brewing right now. It is 28-21, number 7 University up against number 2 Huntington. That is getting late in the third quarter. Again, we go to the AA football. Right now you have Bluefield winning 42-7. Phillip Barber up 63-0 against Clay County. Independence and Dodgers County, a classic game right now. That's 27-20. That's late in the third quarter, and that is your out-of-town score update.
Thank you, Drew. And I called that University game. The game's not over, so I don't want to get too hyped up over my prediction, but I did say University was going to upset Huntington. Just felt like they've been playing really good football here these last few weeks, and so we'll see how that turns out over the next few minutes, and we'll get you guys an update again here before the end of the game.
And I had Huntington win it at all, JD. That's what I had in mind. And remember, so this could break my whole bracket.
Yeah, it could definitely shake things up, and we'll see what Spring Mills can do against Morgantown tomorrow. That would be
interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, too. 1st and 10 on the 43-yard line. Jaden Black takes a direct snap, starts outside, cuts back inside, picks up about 4 yards on first down.
And let's just give a shout-out to this freshman phenom, Jaden Black. Again, he had 21 carries in the first half at 14 years old, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think people realize how insane that is. This kid has Sundays written all over him.
He's got empty set backfield. Persinger going deep. He just throws it up. There's Jaheim Gidney makes the interception for the Cougars. Kidney's taking it back. Finds a little room to the near side. Tripped up there at about the 40. But a huge interception there by Jaheim Gidney as we saw him take one back to the house for a score a few weeks ago. And he came up big again, Drew.
Let me take you back to October 1st, JD. This Jefferson team is 0-4, getting ready to play another 0-4 team in Hedgesville. Again, could have closed it up. We said this is sound like a broken record, but right now you're in all control. You're really a couple first downs away from going to the semifinals.
Yeah, I tell you what, man. It looked like Persinger just kind of threw that one up for grabs, hoping his receiver would go up and make a play. But the smaller corner, Gidney at 5'8", went up and made the play instead. Was able to come down with that big interception, man. And that was, you know, I don't want to say it's going to seal the deal for the Cougars, but man, that's a play you're going to look back on if you're Cy Persinger.
Yeah, and Jefferson really has overcome so much this game, JD. Just the fact they're up 2 possessions with the opportunity to really seal it is insane to me.
Rockwell dancing his way, starts in and goes back out. A flag comes in. Down Rockwell down the sideline, out of bounds. This one's coming back. And again, these officials are showing no mercy. If you even look like you're holding, it's going to be a flag. So
there's more laundry than a laundromat here tonight.
I've never seen a football game called so tightly as the one we have here tonight. And I'm not saying they aren't holdings, but like we've talked about, you could call holding on every single call, and these officials are almost proving us right on that because they've called a lot of holding calls on Jefferson, but they've started calling a lot against GW this half as well.
Yeah, and right there, that play could have just broke the spirits of GW, but now, they're like, hey, we still have all 3 of our timeouts. We get a stop right here. We score relatively fast. Again, all the pressure shifts right back on Jefferson. But I want to give another shout out to Jackson Rockwell. I mean, he just is – I didn't even realize he had the speed and the deception he has until he went to this quarterback position. He's been such a surprise to me. He's the biggest surprise to me out of anybody this season. I'd have to say that.
Yeah, I mean, Jackson, I think he's a 4'6", 4'6'5" guy, so he's got really good speed when he gets into the open field, and a lot of times you don't get to see it. But he's definitely can burn you down the sideline if you give him the opportunity. And Jackson, man, I love what I like about Jackson is he's very patient. He slow plays everything. He waits to see the opening, and he just takes off for it. Again, being patient, waiting for his block to set up, trying to find an opening again, picks up maybe a couple there on first down. But with a 1st and 20, they're going to have to throw the ball. I would like you mentioned earlier, I would not take my foot off the gas. I would try to put another score on the board. You put another score on the board right this late in the game, and that pretty much seals it up and locks you to move on into that semifinal round, Drew.
And then when you look at the flip side of the coin, JD, you got 6 minutes left. You could probably take off a whole nother minute and a half if you just run the football. It's 2nd and 20 anyway. I don't believe in being conservative when it was 12 minutes left to go in this fourth quarter. With 6 minutes now in a 2-possession game, I'm taking every single second.
2nd and about 18 now for the Cougars as 2 receivers to the near side is Ricardo Lewis, Tony Allen. Rockwell's going to take it himself this way. Not a lot there. Dives forward for another couple yards, so they are keeping on the ground, trying to run that time down as much as they can, really starting to put the pressure now on the GW Patriots.
Again, this clock should get all the way down underneath 5 minutes. And GW likes to have about 3 minutes per possession to score. And right now that's underneath their kind of pace. So it's automatically going to change how they want to play. But we'll see. I mean, again, I'm putting the ball on the ground right now. You kind of already conceded this possession. You're going to trust your defense, who's played absolutely phenomenal, limiting this team to score 58 last week to 14 with almost 5 minutes left to go in this game.
Yeah, and I'd like to point out, we haven't seen Carson Olerking out there for the Cougars, so we're not sure what his situation is. If it's a coach's decision as well or an injury. He's still standing on the sideline, but we have not seen him out there at all, especially in this second half. And he's been a big playmaker for them as they've started to rank this big run. And Rockwell, again, going to stay on the ground. Going to bring up 4th down now for the Cougars. So 4th and 15, and they're just trying to run this time down as much as they possibly can. Jackson taking his helmet off, needs to be careful doing that.
Yeah, 4 minutes. They'll have it underneath 4 minutes before they really have to snap this ball. I wouldn't be surprised to see if they take an actual penalty right here, another delay of game, just so you don't have to make sure you don't boot into the end zone. Because we've seen Dakeem Drake, he can get that ball about 50 yards down the field if he gets underneath of it.
Yeah, because they'll get the ball back with probably just under 4 minutes to go. So Hockman running onto the field here late for the Cougars. As
I'm kicking out of bounds, though.
Drake is set to punt it away. Back deep for the Patriots. It looks like, is it Samaje Wesley? It's going to take a nice end-over-end bounce for the Cougars inside the 25. Jaheim Gidney's going to down it there at the 21. So GW has about 3:48 to try to put a couple scores on the board. Not impossible, but definitely very difficult uphill battle for them to do. And the Cougars just came out firing again. They opened the second half with a touchdown on their first drive of the game, and they just haven't let up since.
Yeah, the difference in this year and last year, again, they got punched in the mouth by Hurricane last year, and they folded. This Jefferson team got punched in the mouth multiple times tonight, and they just punched right back. Very impressive performance from this Cougars tonight.
So 1st and 10 for GW. 3 receivers here to the near side. Black in motion. Empty set now for Persinger. Persinger back to throw. Setting up the middle screen there to Kai Martin. Not much there. A couple yards on the play as good defense by the Cougars.
University just scored another touchdown. They're up by 2 scores now, JD. You might be absolutely perfect going into the 3rd week of the year.
I've been really good at my predictions this week. This year. I have, and I'm not a betting man, and maybe that's why. If I would have put money on some of these games, I would have lost them all. Persinger with an empty set, back to throw again, going deep across the middle. He's got Wesley open. Takeem Drake makes the catch, got over there late, but Samaje Wesley with a huge catch down inside the 45.
Uh-oh. A lot of time left, JD.
See, it made me nervous. I felt like they should have kept their foot on the gas and tried to get that first down the last possession for the Cougars. They decided to run, but still all pressure is on the Patriots here. Empty set backfield again for Persinger. 3 receivers to the near side of the formation. Persinger back to throw once again. He's got all day to throw. Tries to find a man. He does find Wesley down to the inside the 35, steps out of bounds at the 34, just shy of the first down. 2:49 left to go, so still some time left. If they can get a score on the board here right around the 2-minute mark, kick an onside kick,
they got
that. There is definitely a chance with still a minute and something to go that GW has a chance.
Against Jefferson, they've already recovered onside and made a crazy game. They cannot allow this game to be getting close any longer.
Persinger has to run for it. He's got some room up to the middle of the field, and he gets a first down inside the 25. They're going to mark him at the 26, but they're moving the chains again, but the clock is moving as well. As once they set these chains, it'll start back up, and it does at 2:35 left to go here in this game. The Cougars still have a 28-14 lead over the Patriots, but they're starting to knock on the door. A couple big plays there by Persinger. Empty set again. Persinger back to throw. He has a man, Jaden Black, across the middle. Couldn't quite make the throw and the catch. A little high there for Black.
Again, right there, Jaden Black good with the ball getting handed off to his chest. He's actually made a couple plays in the passing game tonight too, but he doesn't really have the size or the verticality to be running deep. You got to get the ball in his hands and the underneath route in some space.
Brings up 2nd down now for GW. Ball is on the Cougars' 26-yard line, 2:16 left to go in this one. Cougars have a 2-score lead.
A lot of seniors on this GW team, though. Quarterback, Wesley, you have a couple other running backs, too. It's just they don't want their season to end.
The 3 receivers again here to the near side. Slings it out there out in the flat, looking for Jaden Black again. A little far out in front for Black. Falls incomplete. 3rd down now, 2:12 left to go.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. Again, that's just out of his reach. He couldn't get there. That was not a bad play because he could cut the ball around out of bounds still before the 2 minutes. And that's where I bet you GW wanted to score before 2 minutes to feel comfortable enough to be able to get the ball back after using their 3 timeouts. And now they're getting a little uncomfortable here.
Big 3rd down here for the Patriots. Persinger back to throw again across the middle. It's tipped and laid out there. Does Shamaze Wesley make the catch? He sure did for a Patriots first down. He's been Persinger's go-to guy here in this second half. A couple big catches there by Shamaze Wesley.
Big catches too, JD. I mean, those are 3 contested grabs that he has in the second half. Again, this senior, he doesn't want to go home yet.
Took a big hit there as well. Held on to the football. 2 receivers here to the near side, 3 to the far side, going to the flat. The ball's knocked away. Good defense. There's Tony Allen Jr. Man, just a step too late. Might have been a pick 6 to the house, Drew.
Again, this Tony Allen's most likely his last playoff game here at Cougar Stadium, so I'm sure he wants to go out on top, not have his best memory being here is going to the semis, the first ever team here to do it. Really, underneath 2 minutes left to go from that dream becoming a reality.
Yeah, the Cougars, like you said, they're trying to make history. They've been stuck here in this quarterfinal round for this is the 4th year in a row they've made it to this second round. Just can't quite get over the hump. It looks like tonight it may work out for them to be playing next week in the semifinals. We'll wait and see. Empty backfield again for Persinger. Rolling out here to the near side, looking for somebody to throw to. Got some time to throw. Got a man in the corner of the end zone. Makes the catch. Does he call it? No. He's out of the back of the end zone. Thought he did a toe tap. Couldn't get his feet down. That was number 17, Henry Davis. Only a sophomore. Good opportunity for him to come in the game late. Try to make a catch for GW. Couldn't quite get his feet down.
Yeah, right there. And it looked like he made the catch and got his feet down in bounds, but it looks like he juggled it out of bounds. So that's what they're calling. They're saying the ball hit the ground, it juggled it. So unfortunately, a great play, but that just wasted 17 seconds for George Washington right there, JD. That's a win for Jefferson.
So a big 3rd down here. 3rd and goal from the 6 or 7-yard line. 1:40 left to go in this one. Time starting to tick away if you're GW. You got to get into the end zone right here. Black out of the backfield. Persinger rolling out. He's got to go back to the other side of the field. He's got some room to run. Persinger lets it go. Wesley, who's that? No, it's 17. Number 17 again. That's Henry Davis makes the catch at the 1-yard line. They're going to have to go quick here. We got a Cougar down. It's going to stop the clock.
Oh, man, no. Looks like he's back. Is that Kip?
Have to wait and see. We can't quite see the number.
Oh, Kip's out. Kip's still there. I think that might be. Is that Silas? It's either 6'6" or 6'7", unfortunately.
I tell you, the Cougars are running on a skeleton crew here tonight. Some linemen out, defensive linemen out. You get Tony back, but then you lose Trayvon Ledbetter. You're starting running back and outside linebacker. So by the time you get to the next game and then potentially the state championship, you're going to be out of players to play the football game.
Yeah, they're going to start pulling this incredible band, and they've been having the sidelines over here cranking. They're going to have to start pulling some guys from there. Just the numbers just continue to deplete.
I don't doubt there's some guys that could play football on this band.
So, JD, unfortunately right now we have a little injury timeout, but, we had the player of the game coming up. We're 123 away, barring an immaculate comeback from George Washington here on this 4th down, which still a lot of time left to go, still could make it happen, but I think there's 2 obvious choices. It's either Andy Roberts or you're going to have to give it to Jackson Rockwell for the 6th time. I wish I could give it to Andy Roberts because he's done a lot of big things in the second half, but I still think Jackson Rockwell has just done too much. 3 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown, JD. It's just I don't know how else you don't give him the award.
Yeah, I know. Jackson's earned it every week that he's been up here.
Yep.
And I'd have to say, in this situation, with knowing that they need to get past the hump, get into this semifinal game, and they've kind of, they haven't – it's like they've been – just stuck right here and for the last 3 years. And he pretty much put the team on his back again, as we've seen so many times this year. And, Jackson definitely is deserving of it. I'm with you, though. I'd love to give it, possibly to Andy. If he could have gotten into the end zone one time, and I think Rockwell took that score away from him, too. And looks like that's number 57 there coming off the field for the Cougars.
Don't have an official number.
Yeah, I know they brought a couple JV guys up this week. So they probably had some numbers switched around there. So, again, unfortunately, we don't have him on our rosters. It's 4th and goal. Jaden Black with a throw to Samaje Wesley for the touchdown. And it looked like, oh my gosh, Jaden Black was across the goal. I thought he was into the end zone nearly.
Yeah,
and he threw the ball. And why would you not run when there was no one there? That was just a very weird play to me. But they called a touchdown as Jaden Black threw the ball to Samaje Wesley for the Patriots score.
Wow,
one of the most awkward looking plays that you will see.
I'm shocked right now. That's a false start.
Yeah, and the kicker false started, but the kick is up, and it is good. So with 1:12 left to go, it's the Cougars 28, the Patriots 21. So again, Drew, well, let's just go back to that touchdown real quickly as we saw Jaden Black take the handoff. And it looked like he was going to easily cross the goal line for the touchdown, but at the very last second, he threw it to Samaje Wesley. And we're still not sure how he wasn't at least across the line of scrimmage, because he darn sure was even close to the goal line.
Yeah, the ball is about the 1.5 yard line right there, and I thought he was at least ahead of the one. He could have definitely just walked into the end zone. He's a freshman, though. Again, you got to realize this kid's a freshman. They're putting him to make a split-second decision right there. I think he just wanted to do what the coach called, so he threw that in the end zone. But for sure, that was a questionable touchdown right there. But again, this was the same thing that happened to them last time they played. GW recovered this onside kick when they played against them originally,
right?
And then they scored. So this game's far from over. And
we're in the same situation as the game several weeks back. So it gets a little nerve-wracking if you're a Jefferson Cougar fan, because you're looking at it like, man, this is going to be another repeat again.
Well, Jefferson changed their whole front when they kicked the onside kick last time. They only had 8 people up, and they still had 4 back. Now you see 10 and only 1 deep man with Lesdale Machado. So I think they changed this whole aspect of it. They could kick it deep, too. Still 3 timeouts.
And they're going to give that little onside kick there, and it's going to be an offsides. That's an easy call to make. And that's a very tough play to do, because in order to perfect that little bunch onside kick, it's got to be nearly perfect. Everybody has to be doing their job, going in sync together. It's just, it's an unusual way to kick an onside kick, and that time it didn't work out for GW. So do they get the opportunity to kick again?
No, they do actually. They're going to get an opportunity because they actually recovered it. Since Jefferson didn't jump on it and they recovered it, was just an offside. It's a good play for them. Because at the end of the day, they need to get the ball back. But still, with 3 timeouts, Jefferson has to get a first down to make sure that they don't have an opportunity, at least for a miracle. And this game, we've seen miracles have happened.
Now, if you're Jefferson, do you come up, if they do that same kick, do you come up and blow the play up? Just blow, Now it looks like it's going to be a more traditional onside kick as Theodore Smith, number 14, on to kick there's a nice onside kick. Very well fielded there by the Cougars. Waiting for it there. Let's see who that was. That was number was at 48 for the Cougars.
Charlie Barton.
Charlie Barton, yeah, old Charlie Barton. Big special teamer there, Charlie. Good job, son. You just probably sealed the game for the Cougars as they'll be able to take a couple kneel downs.
Well, 3 timeouts. They have to get a first down, JD. It's not over. They'll have to punt it away and maybe leave them with 30-some seconds. But if I'm Jefferson, I'm taking as much time off the clock and I'm running the football and making them spend all 3 of those timeouts.
Well, yeah, I stand corrected, Drew. I thought They would have been able to seal this game, but
nope, not yet.
Jefferson going to have to move this football and at least try to pick up a first down.
And they got to protect the football, JD. I mean, this is the time of the game. You have a turnover. This will, they're going to take a delay game right here? Oh, timeout.
No, they called a timeout. Jefferson's got a couple. So we're going to stay here during this timeout. We're going to thank our sponsors for this game once again. We'd like to thank our game sponsor for tonight, Jackie Lewis, owner and broker of Green Tree Realty in Shepherdstown. If you would like to give them a call, 304-876-3737, or visit them at 138 East German Street, Shepherdstown. They are open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Also like to thank player of the game sponsor and halftime sponsor, WVU Real Estate Solutions. That's Christy Edwards and Rasan Edwards. You can reach them at 304-270-6680.
So 3 timeouts though, JD.
Yeah, it's far from over. We also like to mention so 1:10 left to go. It's been a really good football game here tonight, Drew, and I didn't think it was going to come down again to another edge-of-your-seat type of game as Rockwell going to bounce it outside, finds some room. There goes Jackson Rockwell, picks up the first down inside the 30, drugged down there by Samaje Wesley, and there's the first down, but they still can stop the clock. But that just was a huge game by Rockwell.
Yeah, now there's not enough timeouts to stop the time, though, and JD, they can just kneel the ball down now. It'll